Maybe they are related.
Yeah.
We're down the way.
From Wassa, BC, just between Kimberley and Cranbrook. Beautiful part of the country.
So here we are, a face-off that's on the Flin Flon zone. We're just underway. Coming in to take the draw here for the Mustangs is going to be Rue. And he'll line up here against the Bombers, Bachler, who stays on the ice here for the Bombers. The Mustangs make a line change. Flin Flon wins the draw. Lees tried to hit Silvestri with the home run pass. That's too far. An icing call made, and we'll get it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Busy night in the SJHL. All 12 teams playing tonight. Estevan and Melville, of course, the Bruins hung on for a 3-2 victory yesterday. Notre Dame and Humboldt, the only two teams that did not play last night. They're in action tonight. Weyburn and Yorkton, Kindersley host Battleford. Kindersley shutout against the defending champions last night. And Nipawin and Laurens both trying to rebound after opening night losses. Silvestri off the boards, looking for Lees. That's intercepted by the Mustangs. Belton and fired back in the Flin Flon zone. Tanchik around the boards to Lees. He'll pick it up cleanly here. Nice backhand pass to Bachler. Bachler up the middle. Silvestri couldn't handle it. Intercepted by Thornton. Thornton then moved that one ahead to Rue, and he'll get it in deep. Intercepted by Laughlin. Rue comes back and grabs a hold of it. Then he lost the handle. Puck rolling inside that. Tanchuk. That one got blocked that time, courtesy of Pravosky. Rue gets it back. Rue back. That centers it out front. Somebody doesn't have a stick out there. It's Bridger. But Silvestri will get it to center. He's down the wing. That shot got blocked. Comes back inside the Flin Flon zone. Grabbed by Silvestri again. Looking for some room. Bumped off the plate. Picked up here by Coyle. Coyle quickly across the Bomber line. He'll barrel down the left-hand boards. Coyle shovels that one in deep. Gets it right back out front. To the blue line it goes. Here's Hunger's shot. That went wide. Picked up back of the net that time by Pigeon. Led 2 goals in last night's game. You heard Trevor Blevins comment about him in the pregame show. 4 guys from Lake Province on this Mustang team here this year. As the Bombers will get the puck back across the Melfort blue line. Mueller can't squeeze it up. Knocked away. Puck set to center. Picked up here by Coyle. Coyle gets a hold of it around the boards back inside the Flin Flon zone. Grabbed here by Laserhume. Coyle gets it again. Good shift for him. Throws it back in deep. He was looking for his line mate Pigeon. The Bombers stuff it away. Pigeon comes back, gets a stick on it. Puck stays in, but knocked down midair that time by the Bombers' Ethan Andrews from Kimberley, BC. Grandma drove him halfway across the country to get him here for camp.
Really?
There's a shot sent on, and Ben will stop that. Yeah, his grandma took him all the way from Kimberley. They got him here for Bomber camp, and the rest is history. That's commitment.
That is commitment. I know another woman who drove her son halfway across the country to play in Flin Flon, and it was my wife, Janet Slip, so it is commitment. Good for Grandma. Hope she's watching tonight.
Sample lineup against Wyatt Day to the left of James Venn, just underway in the opening period. 17:23 to go. The Bombers, there's Piccinino, one of their newcomers, who came over, I guess, after training camp, got here for a couple preseason games, was in uniform last night. Mustangs try to get it out. They poke it back to center where it's scooped up that time by LaPalme. Grab quickly, though, by Leffer at his own blue line. Flin Flon will send it in. Racing after at that time with Piccinino. Piccinino bumped off the puck. Comes right back out front to the blue line and held in here by Noah Houle. His long shot. Knocked down in front. Never made it through to Ben. Mustangs get it. That's Olafson. Dumping it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Racing after it. They didn't see Bloomer come in there, but he's knocked off the play. England back to center. 2 goals last night from Michigan as he gets that puck in deep. I'd love to know who did find that guy if it wasn't you. Puck goes back to the Mustang net, picked up here by Thornton. Mustangs having a hard time getting out, but does come out. Carroll gets a hold of it. He's got lots of friends and family in the Whitney Forum here tonight. Picked up by Thornton, back of the Mustang net. He'll flip the puck down the ice. Grabbed here at center by Laughlin. Laughlin trying to come back to center. Here's a chance now. Staglin up the middle. Takes somebody's stick out of their hands. Thornton, I think, was trying to tie him up, and he ended up getting a shot away and took the stick out. There's a long shot through traffic by Laughlin. And Ben will grab that. And how about Staglin?
Yeah.
3 points last night. Gets the first good chance for the Bombers here tonight.
Yeah, he is from Michigan, but I think he played in the Alberta Junior League last year. And we're happy to have him here. I wish I did find him. I wish I had that eye for hockey players, but he showed really well in the preseason, and of course last night with 2 big goals.
Justin Lee is the captain. Will come out and take the face-off against Zach Summers, 2 premier players here. And again, both guys not projected to be in their respective teams this year, but were both additions here prior to camp. Here's Lappin at the line. Shot got blocked. It comes out. That's Duguay. If he can stay healthy this year, he should have himself a good year as well. At center, Bachler can't pick it up. Summers has got it. The dangerous Zach Summers down the boards will carry the puck inside the Flin Flon zone. Summers brings it in. He and his line mate...
I think we've got a penalty, Rob.
Hutchinson tie up. You're right, we do. Interference penalty coming up to the Mustangs. Looks like Hutchinson's going to get it. He doesn't like the call, but how many players... No player ever seems like the penalty, do they?
No, or fans if it's on their team. But the Bombers were stuck in their zone there for a little while in the start of the game, and but rebounded nicely. The Piccinino line came out flying, and Stingland.
The Bombers 0 for 6 in the power play last night, including a 5-on-3. Will get their first chance tonight. The captain, Olofsson, couldn't get it out. He gets a second whack at it. He'll come back to the Bomber blue line. So an interference penalty against Hutchinson. We'll see what the Bombers can do. Here comes Jacob Bachler, sprinting down the left side. Here's Bachler. Thought about the toe drag, lost a handle at the last second, gets the puck back, shovels it back to the goal. They're looking out front here for Bridger. Off the wall, he'll bounce it back to Lees at the point. Lees pass out front. Here's Bachler, doesn't shoot it. Ooh, a chance, and that one sails for top of the Mustang net. Knocked down by Bachler. Side of the goal it goes. Back out front for Bridger. Can't get a shot away. Good job by Olofsson to take it away from him, but Silvestri will hold it in. Olofsson again. And down the ice it goes. Stopped by Laser Hume. And Noah Hull will go to retrieve the puck back to the Bomber net. A minute 10 to go in the power play. 14:45 here in the opening period. Still no score. Opening night at the Whitney Forum. Great to have you with us here tonight. In northern Manitoba and Saskatchewan, coast to coast and around the globe at FlinFlonOnline.com. Hull will bring that one in offside, and I think this power play, it might be tried maybe a little bit too hard. Maybe not let things unfold naturally like those guys that they had last year.
Right. I'll tell you, though, Liam Bridger made a really nice, smart pass. He was right in front of the net. He didn't have a shot. He moved it back to the defense. And but, yeah, maybe a little nervous yet.
Here's Matt Egan, a big goal in last night's game. He'll pick it up. He'll shovel it in deep. There's Awanis. He came over from the Alberta League as well in the trade just before training camp began. I really liked him in the preseason from what I saw of him. I thought had a decent game last night as well. Bombers try to knock it down on the boards deep inside the Mustang zone. Good job in there by Provoski as well. He got a stick on it. Puck comes the line. It gets away here from the Bomber D-man Townchuck, and he'll race back and pick it up in Flin Flon territory. 27 seconds to go in the power play. Townchuck back in the zone net. Moves it up the ice. Here's the quick pass. Awanis to center. Awanis back out front. The trailer. They throw it back to the blue line. Just held in by Townchuck. Over to Egan. He found on that. Puck picked up and fired down the boards by Wasterland. 8 seconds to go in the power play. And Townchuck will start things off from Pater again. Here's Piccinino. Piccinino takes the pass. He's off the center. Piccinino across the line. Slot! Fires out over top of that. Good effort by him. Loose puck leg in front of that. They can't get a stick on it. Picked up here by Joey Lees. A big night last night. He's bumped off the plate. Mustangs back to 5 aside. Lead pass for Hutchinson. Throws it back out front. That was the trailer that time, Pigeon. And he couldn't get any wood on it. Carroll after it. Carroll can't get it out. Hauls his guy down. The puck stays deep in the Flin Flon zone. Pigeon is there. Pigeon poked to the side of the goal where it's grabbed by Duguay. Duguay bumped off the play. And we got another penalty coming up here. Tripping call.
Looks like it's going against Dawson Carroll.
Yeah, he kind of got trapped in his own zone there. And when you get trapped, you got to do some desperate things.
Yeah. Some nice back checking there by Joey Lees. Hey, beautiful back check to stop a scoring chance.
So the Bombers 0 for 1 on the power play, 0 for 7 on the season. The Mustangs, in last night's game, they ended up going 0 for 5, so they haven't scored a power play goal this year as well. We'll see what they can do here. Olofsson loses the handles. A 2-on-1 short-handed break. There's a quick pass to Bachler. Oh, he had Silvestri streak in the front of the net, but he couldn't get it to him. But they'll break things up. Aiden Chow back to Silvestri. Silvestri up the boards. Bachler will try to catch up with this. It's intercepted here by Olofsson, the big Mustang captain. Olofsson takes a look. He swings it back to Summers. Summers Up the right side, that's Moore. Around the boards and picked up by Hutchinson. Hutchinson throws it back in the goal for Duguay. That's Duguay. Another big body. Side of the net, they jam away out front. Loose puck picked up. Down the ice it goes by Bockler. A minute 12 to go in the Mustang power play. 12-10 to go in the opening period. Still waiting for our first goal. Shots, by the way, are 2-2. At center ice. Here comes Moore. Good move there. Drops it. Back a chance. Fired on target. A good save. Harvard Laser-Human's got the rebound as well. Nice shot there by Pravovsky. And you notice there, Mike, he didn't try to wind up with the big howitzer. He realized he's in tight. He's thinking in his head, well, I'm going to try and score, but I at least have to hit the net with the shot. He did that. Right. Here's the replay right here. Look how smart of a play this is.
Yeah, he you know, you just got to find that hole and take the shot.
Mustangs remain on the power play for another 52 seconds. This is the D-man Roberts in the corner, right back out front. Thornton's got it. His shot gets blocked by Egan, but picked up back on the goal that time by Roux. Roux gets it back to blue line. They quickly shovel it over to Roberts. Roberts, his shot got blocked. This is Lepper. Tied up in the corner that time by Belton. Belton and Lepper battle away. Another penalty coming up here. And we're going to have a hooking call here. Who's going to get this one? Looks like the Mustangs are going to get it. It's going to go to Logan Belton. Something will negate the power play. Will be 4-on-4 here for 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, you don't want to take penalties in your offensive zone, especially when you have the power play.
Yeah, no kidding. The coach won't like that.
No, he sure won't. I can tell he doesn't.
11 and a half minutes to go in the opening period. It's scoreless. We'll be 4-on-4 for 30 seconds, and Flin Flon will get their second power play of the night. Iwanis gets set for the face-off against Pijon. Flin Flon wins the draw. This is Kanchuk. Shovels that over to Laughlin. His quick shot. Redirected, knocked down in front. Mustangs can't clear. Held in by Piccinino. Piccinino bumped off the play. Here comes Thornton outside the zone. Thornton quickly gives that one over to Roberts. Roberts inside the Flin Flon zone. Got it in deep. There's Kanchuk in the corner. Over to Piccinino. Flin Flon will be on the power play here in 5 seconds. Piccinino trying to get loose. He had a guy draped all over him. He drops it off. Flin Flon now on the power play. Chichu Laughlin will regroup back of his own net. It's a minute 24 power play opportunity. He'll let Noah Houle bring it up the ice. Laughlin wants to get off. Here's Houle. Quick pass to Lees. Lees back to Walker. Full flight. Couldn't grab it cleanly, and they're offside. And blown down with 10:43 to go in the period. And again, this power play really can't sustain any momentum in the offensive zone.
No, they can't. Really, the Mustangs couldn't either. They did have that one great opportunity, like you mentioned, but sort of a tentative game, Rob. 4-2 shots for Melfort right now.
Sylvester gets waved on the face-off circle. Walker will line up here as he takes the draw here against Roux, just outside the Bomber blue line. Here's Liam Bridger. He'll tap it in, and picking up the puck quickly was Unger. Gets the puck to blue line, held in by Houle. Along the boards, this is Lees back out front. Walker picked it up. He gets a quick chance, and Ben is there.
Nice.
And boy, Ben is so quick with the reflexes. Big body. Doesn't give you a lot to shoot at.
He sure doesn't. Nice new bright white pads on him. Rob, you and I talked to this gentleman a little earlier. Couldn't believe when I saw him walk in. Cole Dupro and his dad are here. He never missed a game last year.
They were there last night, too.
He's not missing one this year, and his son's not playing.
I think he's going to get a season ticket, actually.
I think so. He comes from, I think it's Warman he's from.
Yeah, gets to watch a lot of hockey in that area. Here's the quick pass to Houle. Finds Lees on the Bombers' side of center. Lees made a good move. He'll take off across the Melfort line. Got it in deep. 37 seconds remaining in the power play. The puck is behind the Melfort net. They get a chance to clear. It does come out. Houle got enough of it to knock it away. It was an opportunity there for Shepard, who I think thought he was going to get a breakaway. Here's Silvestri. He's across the line. He'll carry it in deep. Along the boards. Back the point to Justin Lees. Lees waits for it. Knocked it down. Lees hangs on. Swings the pass. Houle along the boards here. Tapped in by Walker, who took a pretty good body check. Walker along the boards, trying to keep the puck in. Great penalty kill by the Mustangs. It's picked up and set down the ice by Shepard. On target to Laser-Human. Just 2 seconds remaining. Lees quickly ahead to Houle. Trying to come back out front. Silvestri can't get a stick on it. Power play is over, and Flin Flon 0 for 2 in the game and 0 for 8 on the season. What are the fans yelling about here? Oh, too many men here for Melfort. Fans going berserk here. Didn't know what was going on. Melfort had too many men on the ice, I guess, was the reason why the Bomber fans were getting a little crazy. Mustangs will dump it off the boards. Will it be an icing call? Yes, it will. I couldn't figure what was going on.
No, I couldn't either. I saw the fans over there pointing and yelling, but that's right. Justin Lees is fantastic with the puck, isn't he, Robbie? He showed it right there. He's got great hands, and he's a great skater. I know that Coach Reagan is happy to have him, and you're right. These Lees brothers are going to light up this league this year is my prediction.
9:05 to go, opening period. Face-off back in the Mustang zone. The right of James Van. Ioannis will take the face-off against David Rue. Off the draw, the Bombers try to grab it. That's Piccinino. Ioannis, his shot. Ben got his blocker on that. The loose puck picked up by Roberts. Off the glass. Set back inside the Flin Flon zone. Chow looking behind him. You never want to do that when a guy's barreling down the ice on you. He wasn't sure where he was, I guess. Mustangs do get the puck back of the Bomber net. Rue tried to pin it up along the boards. Dug free here by Ioannis. He lifts this one ahead to Piccinino. Piccinino by himself at center. Piccinino almost had the D-man beat, but a good play that time by Unger. And another penalty coming up here. Another interference penalty. Holy cow, a lot of penalties in this game.
I think this one's going against the Mustangs.
Interference against somebody is the signal.
Yeah, number 20.
It's going to be Lapalm. So another power play for Flin Flon. We'll see if they can get some offensive zone time. And the one thing that the Mustangs are doing a really good job of tonight, boxing out. It's really tough to get shots through. But that's a typical Melfort team. Very defensive-minded. Media timeout. We'll take a break. Still waiting for our first goal here on opening night. This is Creighton Furniture, Flin Flon Bomber Hockey on the one and only 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear. Noodle arts are at the north of 53 Co-op. Tickle your taste buds with flavors you can't get anywhere else in town. Try a delicious udon noodle bowl, flavorful ramen noodle bowl, and a tasty donburi bowl. Or mix it up and try a bit of everything with their bento boxes. And that's not all. They have everything from 10 seconds to sushi, tempura, and more. The north of 53 Co-op. You're at home there.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum Media Timeout. Big power play here for Flin Flon. Sooner or later, you got to hit Tater, don't you?
You got to score, and because it just builds up the you get nervous. You start to grip the stick a lot tighter when you get this. You need to break that ice.
Well, that's part of it, and sooner or later, Melfort's going to start getting some chances.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll see what happens here. Here comes the unit. Ioannis, Piccinino, Semp, Tanchuk, and Egan. So they're going to give the second unit a chance right off the hop. Face off in the Mustang zone, the right of James Van. As Ioannis digs in here against Shepard. A lot of new faces, of course, on both these clubs here this year. Mustangs win another face-off. Day gets it to center. Comes back inside the Melfort line where it's grabbed by Emig. And he'll send it down the ice. Laserhume will stop that. Picked up here by Tanchuk, and he'll start things off from there. Swings the pass to Ioannis. Ioannis at center, fanned on it. Picked off this time by Shepard. He'll flip it back in the Flin Flon zone. Tanchuk back to get it. Again, the power play pretty tentative, but again, you got a lot of guys out there that are getting power play time for really the first time. Ioannis up the middle to Egan, got a stick on it, tried to knock it down, back out front to Ioannis, can't shoot it. Puck comes out. Tanchuk knocked it down the Bombers' side of center. He'll hang on, flipped it ahead to Semp. Cohen Semp, another guy that they're very high on, the former Regina Pat Canadian, didn't play a couple games of Flin Flon towards the end of last year, especially with all those injury problems. Here's Vockler. He's back out there. Good move by Vockler. Across the line. Gets it back out front. Semp knocked it down. Feeds it in deep to Bridger. They'll go back to blue line. It gets away from Houle. Comes back to center. 54 seconds to go in the power play. Egan will rifle this one in. 7:23 to go in the period. Still no goals. Knocked down by Justin Lees. He's back on the ice. Trying to pin it up along the boards. The Mustangs don't get a hold of it as that slipped down the ice by Roberts. Laserhume to clear it back to center. Silvestri. He's got it. Inside the zone, back to Vockler. Had a guy open out front. Picked up by Houle. Houle's shot, that got blocked. Picked up at the corner here by Bridger. He gets tag team here. Tell you what, you can't stand around long against the Mustangs. They come hard. And they get another interception here that's picked up by Rue, and his backhander goes to the length of the ice. 17 seconds to go to the power play, which I don't think has had a shot this opportunity at all. Here's Noah Houle, one last chance. That's offside. Not called, though. And the puck will go down the ice anyway. Melfort was ready for it. And Lepper will pick it up. That's pretty much going to do it for another power play. Mike slip and anything but smooth.
No, and this Melfort penalty kill is fantastic.
Absolutely. Lepper will get a hold of it. That's one thing to say. You can always talk about the things that you're not doing, but there's always a team out there trying to stop you.
And they're doing a great job at doing that. Don and Roz Kirkham from Grenville, from, I believe, probably originally from Flin Flon.
Yeah, he was a big soccer coach here.
Grenville, Saskatchewan, and they wanted me to say best to Hardy, and let's win this one. So thank you for tuning in. We sure appreciate it, Don and Roz.
Yeah, Don was a tremendous soccer coach. Did a great job with that half-dot program today, which is so successful. He's the one that got that going.
Wow.
He did a really, really great job with a very good coach. And I know a big Bomber fan is the Mustangs get the puck to center and throw the puck back in. They're racing in front of the net. Laser Hume looked like he was going the wrong way. But Zach Summers, who is dangerous, like you mentioned, he kind of just didn't get enough wood on it the last second. But I'll tell you what, he had Harmon Laser Hume leading in the wrong direction there.
He sure did. And boy, he is a great hockey player. Summers, is he a 20-year-old, Rob? No, he's 19.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's tough for 20-year-olds in the WHL, but 19 years old, I'm sure they're happy to have him back.
Well, and like I said, the North American Hockey League, there was teams trying to scoop him up, and it looked like he was going, but he did decide to come back to Melfort. The Mustangs are thrilled to have him. Like I said, he's going to be a top 5 scorer in the league. No doubt about that. Mustangs a chance off the side of the net. I think that actually glanced off of Laser Hume's helmet. The Mustangs a little bit of pressure. Puck will come back to center. This is Zach Summers. Summers has got it.
Boy, that should have been a penalty on Brock Mueller. That stick was around his throat.
No kidding. How did they miss that? Lepper will pick it up at center. He's going to take off. He makes his way inside the Melfort zone. Here's Lepper a chance. Shot on, and you're not going to beat James Venn from there. Piccinino got out front. Now Mueller makes his way to the further end. That might be kind of a bit of a retaliation for that guy putting the stick up to his throat.
That was just obvious. That stick was right around his throat. So nothing called.
5:23 to go. Opening period. Still no goals. The Mustangs out shooting Flin Flon right now 7-5. As young Joey Lees comes out there. Carroll and Stenton. This is the big line for Flin Flon in last night's game. Combined for 7 points. And including those 3 goals, that 56-second span in the second period at the cage in Nipawin. Otherwise, it might have been a bit of a different hockey game. Mustangs come barely outside their own zone. Coyle across the Bomber line. He gets decked here. Big body check by Carroll. Mustangs will flip that one back in. There was Shepard. Laughlin back of his own net. He's got it. Feeds it ahead. Stenglin will get a stick on it. But icing is still called, and we'll get a face-off back in the Flin Flon zone. 4:57 to go. Opening period. Great night here at the Whitney Forum. Opening night. The fans just looking for something to cheer about.
They sure are. And, you know, the home opener nerves maybe, Rob, for the Bombers. They've only got 5 shots, mind you. The Melfort Mustangs only have 7.
But again, under those 5 shots, they've all been they're all perimeter shots.
That's right. And you're right. The
back to line. There's a chance there for the Mustangs. Teed that one up was more. That hit a stick and went wide. And you're not going to beat James Venn on perimeter shots. So that'll be one of the things for Flin Flon as this game goes along. They're going to have to find a way to get in tight on them. And hopefully get their power play going. Carroll will dump this down the ice. I think it's going to be on target here. No, it's not. It's going to miss. So another icing call against the Bombers.
I was going to say that the Mustangs have been jamming up the open ice in the middle in the slot there, and they got the Bombers. I said it a lot last year. They got to get people in front of that net, and you're not going to beat this goaltender without some traffic bugging him a little bit and getting in his face.
Summers comes out to take the faceoff. He'll line up here against Joey Lees. The faceoff to the right of Harmon Laser Hume. Nice job by Lees to win that draw. Round the boards to Carroll. Carroll can't move it out. Duguay along the boards. He got held up. Lees goes back. Duguay got an arm on it. Puck is bouncing inside the Flin Flon zone. They do get it just out. Duguay, he'll get a hold of it, but knocked away. Puck comes back in the Mustang zone. Here's a quick pass to Hutchinson. Back to Duguay. Duguay in over the line. Along the boards to Summers. Can't knock it down. It comes back to point. Almost a chance. A quick shot up into the glove and snagged here by Harmon Laser Hume. And one thing the Mustangs are doing as this period is moving on, is they are getting traffic in front of the Flin Flon net.
Yeah, they sure are. Joey Lees looks like he's having trouble with his skate a bit there. I see trainer J-Rock is going to do some work on it for him. So
4:09 remaining in the opening period. Face-off once again back in the Flin Flon zone. Bachler will win that face-off. Here's Justin Lees, the Bomber captain to center, former Vancouver Giant, Saskatoon Blade, and a Victoria Royal for a very short time. Here's Bachler as he'll dump that one back in deep. Lees along the wall. Lots of family to watch these guys play tonight. They were in full force in Nipawin last night as well. Puck shipped back to center. Picked up here quickly. Here comes Rue. Dropped that one back. That shot got blocked. Never made it through. Grabbed in the corner this time by Provoski. Provoski trying to spin away from traffic. Held up along the boards. Flin Flon will poke it free, though. Here's Silvestri. He's got Andrews and Lees with him. Andrews chipped it back. Silvestri holds it in. Silvestri gets to a good area. Good quick shot. There's Ben again. And look out at the side of the net. Looks like Lees the captain mixing it up here with Ty Thornton.
yeah, absolutely. Justin Lees right in front. Like I said, he was giving Ben a hard time, and Ben was able to fight through that screen, but a great play by Justin Lees and a good shot by, I believe it was Alexi.
One thing the Mustangs are also making note of this game, we don't like you skating to the front of the net.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Shots 8-6, Melfort 3:24 to go in the period. Face-off back in the Mustang zone as Ioannis will line up here against Bloomer. Ioannis, Piccinino, Step go to work, Lepper, and Poole. Here's Piccinino. Back to Lepper. He'll hold it in. Quickly sends it across to Poole. His long shot. They're trying to get traffic in front. That one didn't miss by much. Piccinino to Semp. Knocked down. Here's Piccinino. Trying to throw it out front. He does. Noah Hull will pitch in. He's pinned up along the boards. The Bombers try to grab the loose puck. There's a shot sent on target. Ben taking no chances. He'll hang on. And now Piccinino. Oh, look out. We've got Hull wrapped up here with the Mustangs Lapalm.
No, a nice pick for assistant captain for this Bomber team. Really nice young fellow, of course. They're almost like family, the Oles.
He might be getting a penalty here, Mike.
Looks like he is.
Are both guys going? Yes, they are.
Yeah. Probably the right call.
So LaPalme will go for the Mustangs. You've got Hull for Flin Flon, probably roughing out for the whistles. That's in fact what it is.
These referees aren't letting anything by tonight.
But again, getting back to Noah Hull, a number of NCAA schools are looking at him.
Sure.
Including the same school that took his brother Donovan.
Yeah, and well, they should. Noah's been a great addition, and it's great to have his dad, Julian, back in the arena every once in a while. A great family, so...
Ioannis against Summers. Here's the face-off back inside the Mustang zone. Picked up here by Piccinino. So we're going to be 4-on-4. Maybe this will open things up a little bit. Here's Oleskin. Drop that one back dangerously inside his own zone. Duguay will get a hold of it. He'll chip it back inside Flin Flon territory. Lepper there. Broken up along the boards. Here's Aiden Chow. Back of the goal over to Lepper. He plays it ahead. To center ice. Here's Ioannis. Ioannis cuts across the Mustang line. Ioannis in the corner. Duguay dug that one free, hits Summers with the pass. Summers quickly takes off to center. Here's Summers. Down the wing, trying to get wide, but nice job by Lepper, the rookie, to come over and cut him off. That's a premier player that he just was able to stub out. Piccinino to Chow on the rush. Chow made a good move, but then he kind of lost it right at the last second. Good effort there as the Mustangs will grab the puck once again in their own end. That's more. He feeds it to center, picked up by Pigeon. Pigeon. 2 goals in his first ever SJHL goal game last night. Puck sent back to center. Knocked down here by Emig. Emig gets that one back over to Unger. Unger, a newcomer to the Mustangs this year. Emig. Back to Unger. Unger at center. Poked away. This will force the Mustangs. Emig back inside his own zone with Lees trying to come down on him. Emig back in his own net. Almost coughed it up. He does. Walker gets in there, but he'll get it back. Good forechecking here by the Bombers. Lees will get a hold of it deep in Melfort territory. Justin Lees along the right-hand boards to the blue line. Laughlin, it's a rip. Oh, there's a deflection. Didn't miss by much. A great opportunity there for Jacob Bachler. Came in within a couple of inches of getting his first this season, and that's what you got to do To beat James Venn, you got to deflect the puck by him. Lead pass, scooped up here by Rue. Rue just inside the Flin Flon zone. Rue will hang on to it. Rue in the corner. Pinned up that time by Laughlin, having a very good game so far tonight. He'll push it ahead to Semp. A minute remaining here in the opening period. Still no goal. Semp's long shot. Sails wide. And picked up here by the Mustang D-man Thornton. Quick into center. Stuffed up by Andrews. Andrews feeds it off and hits a skate. Mueller can't get across the line. They're offside. Mueller is center. Can't take that one away here from Belton. Belton throws it inside the Flin Flon zone. Picked up in the far corner, back out front. Belton looking for the return pass, got stuffed out by Andrews. Andrews at center will lift it back inside Melfort territory. Mueller comes flying in there as he comes down on Thornton. There's a hit back of the goal. Puck will squirt out front. Andrews pinches in, his long shot wide of the mark. Silvestri back of that. He's knocked down. Silvestri, tough time in the corner. Fans want a penalty, but you're allowed to hit this game still, aren't you, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing wrong with those.
Mustangs back to center. Here's Rue. Tried to throw that in for Belton, who looked like he had a step, but I think Belton's tired, and they'll break that up in just a couple seconds remaining. Here's the pass to Silvestri. Long shot. Then we'll reach up and grab that. And at the end of the period, Silvestri mixing it up here with Shepard. So these Mustangs a little bit feisty here in opening night at the Whitney Forum.
As a Darryl Blevins team can be, very feisty. So it was not a bad period of hockey, Rob.
We started to pick up there the last 5 minutes.
It did. A lot of penalties that the Bombers should have taken advantage of and didn't. So that Melfort Mustang penalty kill looks very strong so far.
Well, I'm thinking, and I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm guessing, but in 3 combined power plays tonight, you can't say Flin Flon had more than 3 shots.
I don't think you're far from wrong. They
didn't get any on the last one.
They just couldn't get through. They did have that one shot. I don't know if it got through where Justin Lee's skated and mixed it up there with Ben. But you're right. They didn't generate anything. And we're used to seeing them move that puck around and Jacob Bockler, a Cole Dupereau over in the spot there on the circle with that big howitzer shot. Haven't seen that yet, but it's early.
Well, and again, and again, every team loses good players, whether it's through graduation, whether it's through scholarships, whether it's changing leagues. You take a look at those 2 pillars on defense that maybe didn't get as much credit in King and Richmond. Those are going to be 2 really, I mean, they lost the big 3 up front, too. Don't get me wrong, with Dupereau, Mercier. Of course, 2 big players from last year that were big parts of the Centennial Cup run. But King and Richmond, I think they're really going to miss those 2 guys.
Yes, they are. Again, both underrated players. We talked about it a lot last year about how those defensemen are underrated. It was nice to see Aiden Chow jump in the play. I guess that's how he got his first SHL goal last night. Somebody told me that he jumped up in the play. I didn't see it, unfortunately. But there's a couple of nice boards out there, Rob.
Yeah, they got some beautiful. They got that full-size Bronco, Knuckles the Moose. Is he... Does Knuckles get to grab a vehicle anytime he wants and go for grocery shopping or errands? Let him take a vehicle.
With Jesse Madarash helping him or chauffeuring him around. So
yeah, because I'm not sure if Knuckles has got a license.
No, I don't think so. Tough. He has a hard time seeing. So, but great to have Knuckles, and thanks to the Flin Flon Bombers for allowing Northland Ford to take these vehicles on the ice and showcase them.
Yeah, that's F-150 there, dude. That's kind of like what kind of red is that again?
Race red, Rob, that's called. And the green Bronco is eruption green.
Well, 2 very nice vehicles for sure. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the first intermission show for the co-op here tonight. Well, no goals to recap. We'll recap some of the things that we saw. Of course, we're going to have an interview with Brock Mueller as well, our Northland Ford Flin Flon Bomber player profile coming up in the opening intermission. And lots of fun stuff. It's opening night, a great crowd, and hopefully a great game as well. We'll take a break. More from the Whitney Forum here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
There are so many savings happening right now at Creighton Furniture Appliance Center with the KitchenAid Buy More, Save More event. Save up to an additional $400 on qualifying KitchenAid major appliances. And the more you buy, the more you save. From dishwashers and cooktops to refrigerators and more. The savings are waiting for you, but you need to hurry because it's only on until September 27th. The KitchenAid Buy More, Save More event on now at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center.
Bailey Homes provides a ready-to-move home as unique as you and your family. From the expertise in the planning, the quality of the build, to the care of the move, let Bailey Homes make your dream home a reality. All customized to fit your needs, they allow you to take the stress out of home construction and spend more time making everlasting memories. Family owned and operated with experiences in the North. Visit bailey-homes.ca or call 204-903-5220.
Wicked, wicked, wicked. Bubbly sparkling water is the best. It has the fizz that gives the zest. With lots of flavors, there's no contest, cause you know bubbly.
What are you doing?
Just rapping about bubbly sparkling water to tell people how good it is.
Is that really necessary?
Well, you know, I wanted to,
Why don't you just tell them that bubbly sparkling water has 15 different flavors, no
10
sugar,
seconds.
no calories, and it gives you that refreshing and delicious taste you crave.
I think that's a better idea.
Arctic Beverages, proud supplier of bubbly sparkling water.
You're on.
Smile.
And welcome back to Whitney Forum. No goals after the opening period, but again, if probably not surprised, that's how kind of Melfort plays, is those really tight defensive games.
Yep.
And that's what these teams do that are successful on the road. They try to lull the home team and the crowd to sleep, and I think Melfort did a pretty good job for probably at least 15 or 16 minutes of that opening period.
They did, with all the excitement from that opening ceremonies we had. It sort of became a bit of a downer, but and I think that could play a part in how the Bombers came out. A little nervous, a little excited, and happy to be in their own rink, and maybe, like I say, gripping the stick a little tight. But we'll have to see what the second period. They seem to settle in a little later in the period, but again, this Darryl Blevins Melfort Mustangs team looks great.
So it's scoreless after one. Shots were dead even at 8 apiece. Flin Flon 0 for 3 on the power play. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them later tonight. The Mustangs were just 0 for 1. And we talk about the power plays. Flin Flon has now had 9 power plays to 2 games. They've only been penalized twice. Nipwood only had 1 power play in the entire game last night, and Melfort as well. So we'll see what happens a little bit later on. But a scoreless opening period. More of the opening intermission for the Co-op is straight ahead. Brock Buehler, our Northland Ford Flin Flon Bomber player profile, his thoughts on opening night and coming back for year number 2 at the hockey club. Had some interesting, nice observations to make. Very smart young man, skilled player, and I think he could be a big factor for Flin Flon this year. And again, another guy just wants to stay healthy here. He battled injuries
Yes, he did.
big time in the second half of last year and had to miss the entire league final, actually, because of a shoulder injury. So Brock will join us next. His comments are coming up right here on 102.9 CFER and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Everything is possible with the help of Shane's. Getting the band back together with all
There's one here. Yeah.
amps and drums. Entertaining the kids with board games, Lego, or the new Nintendo game. Focusing on yourself with a relaxing massager, oils, pillows, and candles. Or working from anywhere with a quality laptop, tablet, and printer. Shane's has the products made for you. Whatever your needs are, anything from common items like chargers and cables to more unique like crystals or prepaid phones. Trust them with the products that matter to you. Shane's in the Atinike Mall. Watch, listen, play, connect.
Northland Ford proudly supports the Flin Flon Bombers throughout the SJHL season. We know that the Bombers will play tough like the Ford F-150, the toughest truck on the market for over 40 years. Northland Ford helping the community cheer on the Bombers as they work to bring a championship to the best fans in the league.
10 seconds.
And they provide you with the best selection on their lot. In the North, for the North, Northland Ford, the dealership you tell your friends about.
You're on.
Welcome to our first intermission, our Northland Ford Flin Flon Bomber player profile. One of the returning veteran forwards from last year, Brock Buehler, joins us. Brock, nice to start the season with a victory last night.
Oh, yeah. Great start for the fellas. Really thought we got rolling. Tenny was pretty hot, but we persevered, and I think that was huge for our group. Just get out on the right foot that first night. So, yeah, great first day for us.
You mentioned their goaltender. He was incredible. I mean, you outshoot them 49-20 when the game was all said and done. Early on, you're getting chance after chance. He seems to be making the saves. They go up 2-1. What were you kind of thinking? You were pressing, and all of a sudden, they just get one quick chance and score and took the lead. What was going through your mind at that time when that happened?
Honestly, I thought our group was pretty calm. We knew we were outplaying them. We knew we had to just keep doing what we were doing and then just keep it simple. The goalie was stopping the cute plays, but the rebounds, no goalie's perfect. You can't stop like the second or third rebound when it's out there. So we just had to keep going, and like our group is really calm. Like I don't think it bothered us at all to go down there. So
You're right about the rebounds, though. I mean, the first goal was a bit of a lucky one along the boards. I don't think he saw it, but the next three were 2 rebounds and just a loose puck in front of the net. And you got to get to the front of the net. You get to the front of the net, good things happen. I know it's an old cliche, but it's true.
yeah, definitely. I know every coach says that, but every coach says it for a reason because it works and it's true.
How about you in the off season? What were you up to from between last year and this year?
A bit of working, lots of training, lots of on ice stuff. Went by real quick though. Felt like you just left, and then felt good, getting better over the summer, and then you're right back here right away. And then training camp flew by, preseason flew by, and then regular season's already here last night. So
you came over midway through last year from Alberta. I know you're pretty happy to be in the SJHL.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Flin Flon's a great spot. Wasn't too familiar with it coming in, but it's really become like a second home here, and like just love it here. Love the town. Love this, like everything about it. Just a great place to play. Great place to, work every night.
Did you ever think you'd wind up in the SJHL? Did you ever think you'd wind up in the SJHL playing for a team in northern Manitoba, going back like 3 or 4 years ago when you started your junior career?
If you would have said that from the start, I probably would have said no, but I'm glad it worked out the way it did, and super excited with this team right now.
You had some good moments at the club last year. You, unfortunately, as well as some other guys, really had to go through a lot of injuries in the second half of last season. I remember talking to you in a game probably early February. If you'd ever experienced anything like this, and you said you hadn't, I mean, it's really impressive what this team was able to do the second half of last year with so many bodies out of your lineup.
Yeah, that was crazy. I know, like, we had like a full line of D-men playing forward, and it was just something like you've never really seen before. And like in those games, like I think we won like 5 or 6 or something to finish the year. So like just shows you how deep we were last year, and I think we just as deep this year. So hopefully those injuries don't come, like knock on wood, but if they do, like this new sign guys are looking really good. Everyone's looking really good. I think we're 4 strong, and on the back end we're just as strong as we are up front. So if an injury does come, sucks, but I know we got guys that can step up, and it's a kind of next man up mentality was for us last year, and it'll be the same this year, but fingers crossed that doesn't happen.
Yeah, no kidding. That possibly couldn't happen 2 years in a row, knock on wood, like you said. Both goalies are back, a pretty contingent of forwards and a few D-men as well. Do you like the group of new recruits that have been brought in here this year?
Oh yeah, they're great guys. I think they've mixed in really well, and like even like Justin and the other new guys that have also come here, like they've stepped into a great leadership role right away. And then the rookies, obviously, I think they're hardworking guys, and they're good guys too. And like that's really important when you're trying to build a championship roster, guys that actually enjoy going to work every day with each other, and I think we got that here.
You got a sniff of what it was all about. Like we mentioned, you came in midway through last year. Expectation-wise for yourself, I mean, I know that you got high expectations for the team. It should be hopefully a top-end team again this year. You personally, what are your expectations coming in?
I'm not really too focused on that. Like, as long as I'm helping the team win every night, that's all that really matters to me.
You're a power forward that likes to get to the net, though. That'd be kind of your game, and you like to hit, right?
Oh yeah, like I want to be leading the hits every night, kind of thing, and definitely stick to my game plan. Don't be too fancy. Do the right things. Do the little things right. Go to the net. Pot in some dirty ones, and help the team that way.
What did you learn going to the finals last year?
I mean, just how hard it was, like how many injuries we had, just how every night was a battle, and like you couldn't take one shift off. Like you had to be locked in the whole night, and just how extra focused you had to be in the playoffs, and extra focused you had to be on everything that was going on around you and everything like that.
That makes it, I mean, you're hungry to come into every year, I get that. But losing in the final, it gives you a little bit of an extra bit of hunger for the next year, does it not?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think when you get that close, you just want to be there right away. Even halfway through the summer, I was like, man, I just want to be playing again. I just want to be back in the championship. And, like, obviously there's some steps you got to do before that, but I think it definitely added a bunch of hunger for not only me, but, like, a bunch of guys in the room.
Well, you get a chance to experience something tonight that you didn't last year. That's the home opener in this building. You know what it's like in the playoffs. It's a great place to play. A lot of pandemonium, a lot of people talking about this game here tonight. You got some goosebumps, you're a little extra excited, you're a little nervous. How do you feel heading into tonight's big home opener?
I don't know. I'm excited to see what it's like. Obviously saw playoffs, but never saw the home opener. And from what guys have been saying, it's pretty big deal. So yeah, I'm really excited and not extra nervous. I'd say though, it's kind of a little older in my career, a little calmer, and just kind of taking the moments as they come.
These are the games you live to play in, don't they? Or you live to play for.
Oh, definitely. Like you want to play every big game, every playoff game, every championship games. Those are the ones you look forward to, but you just got to play the same way and like not let it consume you.
Listen, Brock, good to catch up with you. Good luck here in the home opener tonight. Good luck the rest of the way. Should be a fun season.
Thank you very much.
Brock Mueller, our Northland Ford Flin Flon Bomber player profile here on 102.9 CFAR and flinflononline.com.
Down with
Clear.
cutlery. Down with cutlery.
Just one.
Down with cutlery.
I know just the
Sure.
thing. KFC. Wait, what? KFC. You never have to use cutlery again with the famous chicken sandwich. What about the fries? You don't need cutlery for the now seasoned to perfection fries, making them even more flavorful and crispier than before.
No need for cutlery for original recipe chicken from KFC either.
Cutlery probably necessary for coleslaw, macaroni, and potato salad. KFC, so good. Lots to recap and lots to preview on Monday's morning show. We'll see how the Bombers' first road trip and the home opener went. Culture days all over the place, plus the latest on the provincial election, best and worst persons in the world for the Gateway, Northern Rainbow's End, birthday book, and more. It's the big morning whoop-de-doo. Bed breakfast
10 seconds.
Beyond with me, Raphael Saray,
The iconic radio guy.
on 102.9 CFAR, your radio.
You're on. And welcome back to Whitney Farm. The two teams have made their way back on the ice. And before we get ready for puck drop here, let's take a look at the McDonald's out of town scoreboard. All the SJHL teams are in action tonight. Humboldt's got a 1-0 lead on Notre Dame. Melville has scored to take a 1-0 lead on Estevan, roughly midway through the opening period. No score waiver in Yorkton. Likewise, battle for Kindersley and Ipwin at LaRange. Tough one for the Blue Jays. Went down 5-0 today. Came back, had a 6-5 lead in the ninth inning, and guess what happened?
They lost.
They blew it. The Expos wouldn't have done that.
No, they wouldn't. I'm with you, Rob. I miss the Expos.
We got to get them back. I don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, the rest of the baseball, football coming up. Our next break, we're underway. Mustangs quickly across the Flin Flon Bomber line. Back to Blue Line. There's a quick shot on. Good save by Laser Hume. Nice shot there by Moore. He did have Summer standing out front, but Laser Hume reached up and grabbed that one. Other baseball scores today. Baltimore won again. They beat Cleveland. You know what? I'm going to call it right now. Baltimore wins the World Series.
No.
You don't think so?
No, the L.A. Dodgers.
We'll see. Baltimore beat Cleveland 2-1. The Cubs, they're going to the playoffs possibly.
Yeah, that's great.
6-3 win against the Rockies. Philly beat the Mets 7-5. Texas leads Seattle 2-0 in the 8th. That's a win-win for the Blue Jays no matter how you look at it. Houston's losing again, 3-1 in the 8th inning against Kansas City. Blocker comes in, gets a quick chance. Big save there, Ben. Flin Flon after the rebound. Justin leaves Flin Flon with their two best offensive chances in the game as Ben comes up huge. Blocker with the steal again. Blocker from the net, wide open, Silvestri, and he whiffed on the shot. It went off the tip of his stick. Puck will come through the legs of Noah Houle. Down the ice it goes. Harmon Laser Hume well out of the net. Played it perfectly. The nice bank pass here to Houle. Penalty coming up against the Mustangs as Laser Hume races to the Flin Flon Bomber bench. You know what I've always wondered? A goalie gets it wrong, skates the bench, and somehow you score.
Yeah, it's happened. I've seen it in the NHL, at least on highlights.
Here's Noah Houle at center. Looks like he just don't forget the penalty this time. Houle, nice stick handling across the Melfort line. Back to Mueller, a shot right on. Ben's got it. I've often wondered that. The guy skates over. What if he's wrong?
Well, that has happened, but it's also happened where the guy has skated and accidentally put it in his own net.
That I've seen.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I remember it vividly. It would have been the 99-2000 season. The Bombers were playing the Humboldt Broncos in the playoffs. Ben Lelastic throws it back. There's nobody there. Down the ice, it goes into the net. So I've actually seen it happen. I think it happened one other time as well.
Yeah.
The captain, Olafson's going to go. So another power play here for the Flin Flon Bombers. Their fourth of the game. And Ioannis will take the faceoff as he lines up here against Shepherd. Bombers win the draw. They hold it in. Egan, a quick chance. That one got blocked off the leg of Wyatt Day. Flin able to hold it in. Good job. Oh, penalty coming up here. Ioannis is going to go. I think it's going to be an interference penalty as he took down Shepard along the boards.
Again, that's
not a charging penalty.
That's a coach's nightmare.
Did you see it? Did you see it, Mike?
No, I did not. But a penalty in the offensive zone on a power play. The Mustangs had one in the first period, and I know Coach Reagan will not be happy with that.
11 seconds. That one lasted. So 4-on-4 hockey here for 1:49. See if it opens up a little bit. The face-off back in the Flin Flon zone is Bijan will take the draw here against Seth. Flin Flon wins the face-off. This is Piccinino. Piccinino trying to get free along the boards. Dropped it back here to Township. Had to be careful. The Mustangs has got nice, ferocious forecheck. Flin Flon will poke it back to center. Thornton waited for it. Then he lost it. Grabbed here by Semp, but quickly taken away from him as well. This is Thornton inside the Mustang zone. Thought about passing it, whipped on it. He'll get it back. He had Semp on top of him. Thornton will take off. Thornton to center. Stickhandles inside the Flin Flon zone. Thornton goes in a backhander. Oh! Off the glove. A good save again by Harmon Laserhume. Flin Flon back the other way to Semp, but out of his reach. Couldn't catch up with it. Along the boards. That's picked up by Bijan. He'll send it inside the Flin Flon zone. Laserhume again under the net. Around the boards to Joey Lees. His backhander. Picked up at the Melfort blue line by Emig. Emig dropped that one back to Unger. Back to Emig. Wasn't expecting to return past that quickly. And this will force Emig back of his own net. Had to be careful. Had a guy draped on him. Emig up the boards. Picked up here by Belton. Belton trying to get free. Lost the handle. Flin gets it back. Joey Lees picked it up. He's by himself. He'll flip it inside the Mustang zone. Then kind of got crossed up a little bit behind the net. Lees, good shift, gets it back to blue line. This is Chow. Here's quick shot. Ben got the big left pad on that. Rebound picked up. Bombers having the side of the net. They're trying to whack that one in. That's Steglin. Got a good nose for the net. This line getting some good chances here after their impressive performance at the cage in Nipwood last night. Here's the quick pass to center. Grabbed on the fly by the Mustangs. Rue. Rue's been a good forward for Melfort tonight. Carried that one in deep. Tried to pin it up along the boards. Mustangs trying to dig it free. They're going to have a brief 9-second power play, but Flin Flon's got the puck. This is Mueller. Mueller to center. He'll bank it down before he takes a good hit that time by Moore. So both teams 0 for on the PP, but a tough one there with just 11 seconds. Here's a chance for Belton. Trying to get to the middle of the ice. That's broken up. Mueller has it again for Flin Flon. He'll flip it back to center. Egan trying to catch up with it. Missed the handle. Intercepted by Day. Day gets that back up the right side for Bloomer off his stick. Rolls inside the Flin Flon zone. Look out. Andrews almost caught that one up. Got hit hard. I think it was hit by the high stick, but play will continue. Flin Flon will clear it out. Mueller's still out there racing down the ice. Barreling down here on Roberts. But it is an icing call against Flin Flon. 16:02 to go in the second period. Flin Flon now out shooting Melfort 12-10.
Better start for the Flin Flon Bombers in the second period. They've gotten some action in front of Ben, and he's fought through it yet again, but that's what they need to do. You need a tip, like you said, or a screen, or you're not going to beat him from outside.
Somerset for the face-off here, wins the draw, gets it back to blue line. That shot by Moore gets redirected off. Boy, Mueller's been out there a long time, and what a battle. He's got to be gassed. He is gassed as he makes his way back to the Bomber bench, but he's looked pretty good out here his first shift in the second period.
He sure has. He's taken a few good hits out there, and like we said in the first period, he got that one around the neck, and he's battling hard. I really like Brock Mueller.
So Zach Summers waiting in the face-off circle. Looks like Justin Lees is going to go in and take the draw. Face-off deep in Flin Flon territory to the right of the Bomber netminder, Harmon Laserhume. That's a big save. There's a steal by the Mustangs. Back and chance out front over top of the net, and Olafson, the captain, didn't miss by much. Summers has got it. This is a dangerous line for Melfort. He gets tripped up. The Melfort bench wanting a penalty. They might be getting one. They're going to. Summers tripped up here, so the Mustangs will finally get a power play. A tripping call against Lees. And we'll see what they can do with a full 2-minute advantage.
Yeah, they haven't had one yet.
Just the one in the first period.
Yeah, that's right. I saw Uhl and Duguay having words. I had to see if Duguay was one of those folks from Quebec, but he's from Edmonton.
He was there last year. He's a good player.
Yeah, he is very good. He's from Edmonton. I thought there might be.
But he had the same problem a lot of Bombers did. He battled injuries in the second half of last year. If he can stay healthy, I think he very well could be another top 10 guy. No doubt he'll get lots of power play time. He's out there right now. The Mustangs on the power play as they have the puck along the wall. Trying to thread it out front to Duguay, but intercepted here by Lepper. Nice job. They'll flip it back. And inside the Mustang zone where the captain Olofsson goes back to get it. Olofsson swings that pass to Moore. Back to Olofsson inside the Flin Flon zone. Fanned on it. Intercepted here. Silvestri looking for it at center. Can't find the bouncing puck. Wachtler does, and he'll get it back down to Melfort territory. Ben will stop this, and that's where Olofsson will take over. Minute 23 to go on the power play. There's over 15 minutes remaining in the second period. Here's the pass to Summers. Summers up the wing. Gets it inside the Flin Flon zone. Bridger is there. Summers comes barreling in on him. The puck is loose. Grab back of the goal by Duguay. Throws it back to the play. Olofsson swings that back out front to Moore. Moore at the blue line. Back to Olofsson. Along the boards. Grabbed by Duguay. Duguay looking for a lane to shoot it. He'll send it out front to Summers. Summers. Nice move out front. Puck is loose. Where is it? Laser Hume's looking for it. The blue paint. It never was grabbed. But I think the referee lost sight of it. And Summers showing you that nice soft hands in front of that Bomber net. He made a couple nifty moves here.
Reminded
and
me
he's
of
having a conversation with Harman Laser Hume there as they both got crossed up in the circle.
Yeah, Harman gave him a pat on the butt. I think it was friendly. I'll tell you though, our good friend Daryl Blevin's not happy with the referee.
Trevor Blevins.
Trevor, sorry, I'm sorry.
I think he's saying somebody got hooked in the net.
Oh no, he's. I love watching him. Sorry, it is Trevor. I'm sorry.
He saw something that he thought should have been called. Chow is after it off the boards. It skips back to center. Thornton will wait for it. 40 seconds remaining in the Melfort power play. Here's the quick pass to Provoski. Provoski in over the Bomber line. Provoski drops that one back to Thornton. Thornton outside the right circle. Provoski wants it. Doesn't shoot it. Gives it right back to Thornton. Thornton's got it. Throws it back of the goal. Back out front. Thornton trying to jump in the play. Grabbed here by Roux. And the Mustangs hold it in. Roberts at the left point. Lots of traffic. A shot that got blocked in front. Never made it through to Harman Laserhume. Rebound picked up. Sent back of the goal to Roux. Roux worked it back out front. Knocked down here by Provoski. It's a Provoski. In the circle. Shoots it. Great glove save by Harman Laserhume. And Provoski, a lot of time to move it there. And that's, tell you what, out of all the power plays we've seen both ways, that's been the best one I've seen tonight.
Yes, absolutely. They were moving the puck around. I'll tell you, Harman Laserhume has a fantastic glove hand. It's quick, and he makes some great glove saves, as we just saw there.
Face off back inside the Flin Flon zone is into the left here of Harman Laserhume. Lining up here for the Bombers, Ioannis, and the puck will roll right to Harman Laserhume. Boy, that's a quick whistle. Trevor Blevins throwing his hands up. He's not wrong on this one.
No, he's not.
That was a quick whistle. He didn't even put it under his glove. And remember, they're on the power play, so that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It took 2 seconds off, but 4 seconds is more than enough when the face-off is in that zone.
Shepard against Ioannis one more time to the left of Laserhume, who batted the last one away, but they blew it down anyway. Ioannis, he'll get it out. The penalty is over. Lees is back on the ice, and the Mustangs are 0 for 3, but at least had some opportunity.
Yeah, you're right, Rob. That was the best power play of the game right there for either team.
Well, they had that great chance by Summers up front, and I like Provoski. Provoski did some good things there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So another face-off inside the Flin Flon zone. Ioannis will line up here against Shepard. They're trying to get the Let's Go Bomber chant going once again. Well over 1,000 in attendance tonight, but the Mustangs have quieted the hometown crowd, not allowing a lot of cheering going on. And getting some chances here in the second. Flin Flon kind of back on their heels a little bit. This is the Bomber captain leaves. Off the board, try to get over to Ioannis. It stays in. Flin Flon can't clear. Melfort holds it in. Nice job that time by Pijon. And they'll send the puck in over top of the Bomber net. Lee's after it. Can he chip it out? No, he can't. Mustangs hold it in. Lees will get it again. Forced back deep in his own zone. Lees has it. Trying to find a lane here. Bumped off the play, but gets right back up and grabs the puck. Here he goes. Lees across the Melfort line. He'll get it in deep. Along the boards, he's looking here for Piccinino, who might have got away with a bit of a slash there. Pools in there deep as well. Listen to the blue line. Joey Lees knocked it down. His long shot deflected off the Mustang player out front, which was Shepard. Almost put it in his own net. Ben had to come across and make a save. Mustangs will get it back in deep. Here's Laser Hume back in the net. Around the boards to Joey Lees. Joey Lees can't get out, hit a skate. Mutt picked right up here. Here's an opportunity here for the big D-man. Lepper will carry it in. The rookie out of Brandon, Manitoba. Flin Flon's had some success with that program. Brings it in deep. But who can ever forget Ryland Feaston a few years ago? What a stud D-man he was. Got a couple years in the Western League, but boy, came into Flin Flon and was one of the reasons why they made it all the way to the Centennial Cup. That was just a dynamite blue line Flin Flon had that year. Feaston a big part of it.
And was injured in that Centennial Cup.
Yeah, he was. A lot of guys were.
Just kept playing.
But Bombers still had a great showing.
Sure did.
Mustangs have the puck in their own zone. They're trying to get something going in a scoreless game. Day will fight off a check, and he'll flip that over top of the Bomber net. Waiting for it at the blue line. Firing it wide that time was Olofsson. Mustangs start to have a little bit more offensive zone time in the second period. Flin Flon running around a little bit. They can't clear it out. Racing to the right point to hold that one in was Bloomer. He'll dump it in deep. Joey Lees after it. Puck comes back to center. Grabbed quickly here by Bloomer. Bloomer up the left side. Andrews bumped off the play. Picked up here by Lapalm. He'll dump it in. Here's Aiden Chow in the corner over to Andrews. Andrews. Shot got blocked. Nice job that time by Duguay. Duguay came over, took it away from, has it in the corner. Back out front to Summers, a chance. He ripped that one wide, low stick side. Shot for the blue line again here by Roberts. And Flin Flon doing a lot of standing around in this second period.
They are, and they can't get the puck out of their own zone. They get held up at the blue line. Harmon Laser Hume, the story of this period so far.
Shots are 17-13 Mustangs, and boy, Flin Flon is not, other than they had a one chance early and the redirection off of Shepard on his own goalie, but pretty much the only two chances that Flin Flon's had in the second period.
Like I say, they came out a lot better, but after that penalty, they've sort of been back on their heels.
Summers against Lees. They've been lining up a lot in the face-off circle tonight. Summers will try to go over and pin this up. We're going to see a lot of this Melfort top line, I'm sure, here. Trying to get some offense. Puck goes around the boards. Thornton races after it. Back of the goal it goes for Hutchinson. This is Hutchinson late in the front of the net, knocked away at the last second, and is going to chase the Melfort D-man Roberts back in his own zone. Roberts throws that out front to Thornton. Thornton's got it. And he'll play it nicely to Summers at center. Summers has got it. Down the wing inside the Flin Flon zone. Back out front. Hutchinson, can he get a stick on it? No, he can't. But it comes back out front and backhander on target that time by Roberts. Loose puck again. Flin Flon will get it. And he almost get a center. Playing a little bit of rush of Rolettas. They'll dump it down the ice. The Mustangs continue to come hard. That's Thornton. Up the boards here for Summers. He'll throw it back in the Melfort net for Thornton. 10-17 to go. There's a steal by Walker, but he can't keep it inside the zone. Mustangs get it back. Pravosky had some chances the last time he was out there. Mustangs sneak a shot through off the pads of Laser Hume, picked up here by the Bombers, Matt Egan. Egan sends it across. Nice pass. Here comes Blockler, but he's caught at the Melfort blue line that time by Unger. Unger back the other way. We'll flip it inside the Flin Flon zone. There's Kanchuk hammering around the boards. Chipped out, side of the zone. Mueller's got it. Up the boards. Chance for Egan. A guy cut in the front of the net. Is he won this? He throws it out front, but then got over there and got a stick on it. Looked like something might happen there. Puck set back inside the Mustang zone. Along the wall, it's Unger. Unger trying to stay with it. Battling down low with Egan. Picked up here by the Mustangs, Pravosky. Just gets away from Egan, who was barreling in on him. Puck lifted to the line, held in by Mueller. Now it's tapped outside the zone, and puck will roll back in Flin Flon territory. Laser Hume out. He'll stop it, drop it back in the goal for Houle. 9:12 to go, second period. Pace picking up here a little bit at the midway point of the second period in a scoreless hockey game. This is Lepper. Over to Houle. Houle lost the handle, stolen here by Bolton. Back out front, racing in front of it. Oh, what a play that was. Coming back was the Bomber defenseman Lepper to maybe take a goal away. It looks like the Mustangs get a couple freebies in front of the net there. Two forwards cutting in the front of the net, but Lepper reaches out with the defensive play of the game. Meanwhile, Flin Flon will get it back down the ice. Grabbed here by Moore. Bridger took it from him, then Bridger goes down hard in the corner. Mustangs get three skaters out. They'll drop it back to center where it's picked up here and sent over the line. But Flin Flon intercepts. Breakaway behind the D. Stanglin cuts it, scores! The Magic Man again! His third goal in his first 2 games. Stanglin in behind the D. Gets it alone. And Mike Slipp's Discovery comes up big yet again. Stanglin in alone. Buries it low glove side. What I want to know is who fed up the pass. I guess we'll find out here on the replay. Because it was all play going all up the ice, and it's broken up here.
I think it was Lepper.
And Lepper made that great defensive play down here at the other end of the ice.
Yeah, what a shift for Lepper. I was thinking as Stanglin went in, I said, make a move on him, don't shoot it. He shot it and shot it perfectly. So that's what I know, Rob.
So that's going to come at the 12:40 mark. Jesus, Stanglin continues his pace. He might get a Player of the Week award.
Yeah, so far he deserves it.
So Semp is the guy that fed him apparently. 12:30 for the official on the goal. But Stanglin's third goal in 2 games. Media timeout. We'll take a break. Bombers jump on the board. They've been back on their heels for much of the second period. We get a break. We'll see if that turns things around. A 1-0 Flin Flon lead here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
So, I heard you're getting new furniture. You know, my uncle's co-worker's dog walker's brother owns a store in Timbuktu. He'll get you a great deal on anything. You just got to pay shipping, handling, overseas transit, and it'll probably take 5 months.
I'll just go to Creighton's Furniture and Appliance Center.
Yeah, but I know this guy.
Yeah, but I know Creighton's Furniture and Appliance Center. They have a great selection of sofas, sectionals, love seats, and more. Plus, they'll deliver it all for a great price, and they're just 5 minutes away.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I know.
Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center, 688-7587.
You're up.
Well, the rookie Stanglin comes up with his third goal in 2 hockey games, and you and I were talking during the break there, Mike, about this guy's offensive prowess, the 2 goals last night, and to go in and beat James Ben clean like that, not a lot of guys in the league can do that.
No, that was a fantastic rear shot. Reminded me a little of Xavier Lapointe, although not a defenseman, but it's just a great wrister.
And right before that, Luke Lepper might have saved a goal as well. So a couple big plays here. The Mustangs will try to get even there inside the Flin Flon zone. There's a shot fired on target by Day off the blocker of Laser Hume. Flin Flon will clear the puck out. Thornton knocked it down at center for the Mustangs. He tries to move across the line. Here's a chance for Thornton down the wing. Thornton cuts it back out front. The net appeared to be open. As once again, Laser Hume was at the other side of the net, but they couldn't get the shot. A great job, though, by Thornton to get it in tight. He had the forward there, but just didn't get the pass as clean as he would like to. There's a wraparound attempt that time by Lapome. Laser Hume stopped that. Bouncing puck in the Flin Flon zone. Mustangs coming hard, and that one will go up inside the Melfort zone, and somebody's stick got sent out of their hands across the boards. That was loud.
Stanglin not happy with that. He said, what the heck? I'll tell you, Andrew made a nice play there to break up that pressure from the Mustangs.
Nobody saw that, including me. I just heard it.
They're not happy. Stanglin wasn't happy with that non-call. Jacob Bachler having a word with the referee.
But again, Mike, you can say all you want the referee if he doesn't see it. How's he going to call?
Oh, that's right. And we didn't see it. So.
No, I just heard it. I heard the fan reaction again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is very vocal behind the Melfort bench tonight, by the way.
As always.
Yeah. Summers will take the face-off against Walker outside the Bomber blue line. Flin Flon in front 1-0. The rookie Stanglin, nice start to the season, gets his third goal in 2 games and gets sent in alone. Got him behind the D. The play got broken up, and he able to beat James Ben here. Low glove side. There comes Justin Lees with a chance. Back out front, there's a chance. The backhander. Buckler just missed on a terrific setup by Justin Lees, the captain. Flin Flon looking for more. As they send it towards the front of the net, that's knocked away in the corner. Scooped up this time by Emig. Somebody lost a stick. It's Walker. I think there's going to be a penalty here against the Mustangs. Walker had his stick knocked out of his hand. So here's a chance to try and stay with some momentum. And
I think Walker might get this.
Oh, maybe. I think you're right.
They called a hook, and I think that's how he lost his stick.
Okay.
Yeah. Jacob Bachler going to the bench.
You were right. It'll be a Melfort Mustang power play, their 4th of the game. Still looking for their first power play goal here of the young SJHL season. We'll try to answer the early goal here by the Bombers. And once again, the rookie heroics of Trevor Stanglin.
Yeah, I think we're good. I was just going to say we're going to have a fun time watching Justin Lees, but it looks like Mr. Stanglin could be a fun man to watch too. So
From Northville, Michigan. Is that close to Detroit?
no idea, Rob, but they're playing a good Detroit song here.
So it's a Flin Flon Bomber penalty kill as they try to get the puck out. Thornton, the big B man, will keep it in. Back of the goal to try to go out front there to the forward Pravosky, but that's knocked away. And this will force Thornton back inside the Mustang zone. 6:48 to go, second period. A 1-0 Flin Flon lead on a goal by Stanglin. Mustangs trying to answer on the power play. At center, that's Roberts firing in Flin Flon territory. Laser Hume will stop it. Picked up in the corner that time by Tanchuk. Not sure. I think it might have hit the official. Mustangs get it back. Well, they'll work it back along the left-hand boards here to Roberts. Throws it back to the net for Rue. Back out to Roberts. Rue along the wall. Roberts again at the left point. Swings it back to Thornton. Back to Roberts. Lots of traffic in front. He'll send that one through. It goes off the right shoulder here of Laser Hume. A couple guys draped all over him in front of the net, including Rue, who's a pretty big customer. Again, the Mustangs try to get in front. Thornton will send it in. Grabbed by Tanchuk off the glass, and he'll get it down the ice. 51 seconds remaining in the Melfort power play. 5:55 to go in the second period. Flin Flon in front. 1-0. The shots are also favoring the Mustangs big time right now. 24-15. Summers. The center ice. Knocked down, brought back in. I think Flin Flon thought that was offside. At least the bench was yelling that. Anyway, picked up, and Lepper will get up the length of the ice again as Ben will stop this back of the Melfort net. Not a lot of work for him so far tonight. Leaves it to the side of the goal here for Summers. Summers swings the pass to the captain, which is Olofsson. Back to Summers. He'll dump it in back of the Bomber net. Noah Houle is there. Gets a hold of it. Got blocked. Summers has it. In the corner for Hutchinson. One of the Bombers goes down. The puck is underneath. The power play is about set to expire. The Mustangs ribbon around the boards. Olofsson waits for it. He'll keep it in. Penalty is over. And Melfort 0 for 4 as Bachler gets back on the ice. Play back in the Flin Flon net. Summers and Duguay try to dig it free. They get it to Hutchinson. Off the boards. Gets it back to Moore. He'll keep it in. Looking for any Melfort forward that was buzzing around the front of the net. It's Duguay. Back of the goal here again. They'll throw it back out front. Mustangs hold it in. Olofsson gets a shot through, and Laser Hume is there. Boy, Zach Summers, he and Noah Houle were really battling it out in front of the net. You want to talk about a big one-on-one battle, that was it.
Yeah, absolutely. The Bombers couldn't be more happy that Harmon Laser Hume made that save because they were tired. The only guy that wasn't out there was Jacob Bachler because he spent 2 minutes in the penalty box, but they needed to get off the ice. It looked pretty dangerous there.
Shepard will take the face-off against the Bombers. Silvestri. Mustangs win the draw. They go back to the attack in Flin Flon territory. Puck chipped in front of the net. Grabbed here by the Bombers, and Justin Lees has got it. Lees to center. Dumps it in. Bachler will try to cruise in for this one. Bachler knocked it down along the boards. Good work by him. Has Silvestri with him. Silvestri throws it out front, but intercepted this time by Emig. Mustangs get it out. Brought right back in, though, by Bachler, but taken away that time by Shepard. The punt will dump it in. Ben couldn't knock it down back, and the goal goes to the corner where it's picked up by Emig. Emig blows a tire. It goes down out front. Silvestri with the steal, but never got the shot through. Unger blocked that. Ben wandered out of his net and almost got caught there. Flin Flon will keep it in deep. Here's Chow along the boards. Flin Flon trying to grab another goal here if they can. Mustangs, other ideas. Bounce that off the boards down the ice. It won't have enough for icing. Chow goes back to get it. Throws it back in the goal for Lees. Justin Lees inside his own zone. Couple nice moves there. Here's Justin Lees to center. Hard off the glass inside the Melfort zone. Racing in is Piccinino. Piccinino, a couple nice moves, and he lost it at the last second. Picked off this time by Day. Day will take off the center across the Bomber line. Day to the slot takes a Lathlett's stick, and that goes flying back. And then a lot of players losing their sticks here tonight. Tanchuk gets it back. Piccinino lost a handle, knocked away by Lapong. Out front, there's a chance. A weak shot on net by Day. Easily handled here by Laser Hume. Mustangs hold the puck in, though. This is Iwanis back in his own zone. Swings it back to Piccinino. A little room up the left side. Up the middle looking for Semp, but cut off at the Melfort blue line nicely that time by Roberts. Tanchuk. Another stick flies out of somebody's hands. Pass up the left side, too far for Roberts. Should be icing against the Mustangs. 2:38 to go. Follow the missing stick.
Yeah,
They're flying everywhere.
Yeah, that was Piccinino's. Yeah, Bombers seem to lose their sticks. They did last year, too, quite a bit. But, yeah, tonight there's been quite a few.
Another face-off inside the Mustang zone. 2:38 to go. Flin Flon in front 1-0, despite being outshot 25-16 here in the period. Along the boards. Chance here for Lepper. Back of the goal. They try to bank that one in. That was Joey Lees looking for his second of the season. Lees in the corner. Knocked to the ice. Picked up here by Stinglin. Missed it. Back out front. Grabbed here by Lepper. Lepper will pitch in. Held up. Back of the goal. Puck free. Carroll trying to grab it. Stinglin in there as well. Stinglin. What a story. The only goal tonight. Back to Lees. His shot off a skate. Widen the mark. Lee's tied up here with the Mustangs. Dade knocked him down. Here's a steal by Lepper. Back out front. He fired that one off the post. Again, it looked like the goaltender was going the other direction. Lees will keep it in. Bodies flying everywhere here. We got one of the Bombers down with a Mustang on top of him. That's Roberts on top of somebody. Looks like it's Stinglin. He's looking to the referee for a call. Meanwhile, play continues up the ice. Melfort almost had too many men on the ice here. Fans reacting to that again behind the Melfort bench. Here's Keegan. He's knocked down. But Lepper will get it back up the right side to Mueller. Mueller tapped it inside the Mustang zone. He'll chase it down. Goes in hard back to the end as he ties up there with the Mustangs' Olofsson. Egan in there too. Puck digs free. They center it out front. Puck rolls the blue line. Held in here by Houle. Houle. A lot of traffic in front. Threw that one back in deep for Bridger. Couldn't get there. That one was cut off that time by Olofsson. Mustangs moving ahead. Grabbed though by Bridger the other way. Bridger dumps that back inside the Mustang zone. Olofsson, the big D-man, is there. Lost in the corner to Bridger, who came in and intercepted it. Didn't see him. Bridger, back of the goal for Mueller. Good job here by this line. Mueller tried to fight off a check. He and Olofsson continued the battle. Puck comes to the line. Grabbed by the Mustangs. Puck set up the right side. Grabbed by Hutchinson, who tried to feed that one back out front to Rue. Rue knocked it down. Throws it back out front. Hutchinson, a shot. He drilled that over top of the net. Flin Flon wants to be careful here. They want to give up a goal in the final 35 seconds of the period. There's a puck in the corner. Egan bumped off the play. Knocked down by Duguay. Duguay shoots it. He misses it as well. Melfort can't get the net here. That should have been blown down. Didn't that hit the netting above the glass?
I thought it did.
It looked like it to me. Play continues. Chow dumps it in deep. 15 seconds remaining. I'm telling you, Dugay's shot was over the glass. Anyway, play continues. Back in his own zone is Enig. He'll rip that around the boards. Tipped at center ice that time by Coyle. Racing back that time was the Flin Flon Bomber D-man, Ethan Andrews. The Bombers able to weather a late storm here.
But they gave the Mustangs a bit of pressure there near the end of that period too, Rob. I tell you, Dawson Carroll was in a battle in front of the net. I can't remember who it was he was battling with, but it was mayhem, and it got a little physical there near the end. So good comeback by the Bombers. They got to get more shots. I mean, 27-16. You mentioned they're not really testing Ben, but on the other end, Harmon Laser-Hume has made some great saves.
Yeah, the Bombers just 8 shots in that second period. The Mustangs ended up with 18, so they outshot them 18-8. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the second intermission show for the co-op, including that second period scoring summary. But yes, the Bombers, a 1-0 lead. Trevor Stenglin's got his third goal in 2 games and continues to have the hot hand here on opening night. You're listening to Creighton Furniture Flin Flon Bomber Hockey on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
For a limited time at McDonald's, enjoy the tasty breakfast trio.
6.
Of sausage or chicken McMuffin, or griddles, with a hash brown and a small premium roast coffee for $5 plus tax. Available before 11 a.m. at participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada.
Keeping you safe from the elements is a top priority for Jim's Custom Doors and Windows. That's why they're a proud supplier of Huron windows and doors. With good delivery times and products that are cold weather approved, they put you at peace of mind. From the installation of new windows and doors to the replacement of old leaky ones, Jim's technicians have you covered. Stay protected with Huron windows and doors at Jim's Custom Doors and Windows, your trusted local windows, doors, and blinds store. 687-7071. Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more.
10 seconds.
Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
You're on.
And we're back at the Whitney Forum into the second edition here for the North of 53 Consumers Co-op, and we do have a goal to report on, and scored by the Flin Flon Bombers, Trevor Stenglin. The play was up the ice. The Mustangs were marching up. A play was made at the blue line, and Stenglin was in behind everybody. They fed the pass up. He goes in alone on James Venn and able to bury his third goal in his last two hockey games, low glove side, on one of the premier goalies in the SJHL.
Absolutely. He's been a prize so far, Mr. Stenglin. But, Rob, I was going to mention, I was really interested to see some of these young players. Sent had a great period, of course, Stenglin. On the defensive end, though, I think Luke Lepper with a fantastic play, but he also battled hard, and Ethan Andrews, too. Both all had good second periods. So great to see these young fellas stepping in there and, battling hard for the Flin Flon Bombers. And, they had some good chances, but they had a couple of penalties they had to kill, and that one play Lepper made was fantastic.
Yeah, and it came just shortly before they got the goal. So
Yeah.
not only that, so you're looking at it could have been 1-0 the other way.
Yeah.
He came back and made a tremendous play. Play went back up the ice, then came. They went down and then went down the ice, came back up again, and then probably I'd say within a span of 45 seconds when the Bombers broke up that play at their blue line, were able to get Stenglin on the breakaway. But yes, a very big defensive play by Lepper, helping them get the goal.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why I thought Lepper might have got the assist on that goal because
They very well could change it.
Yeah, I don't know if he did, but he was sort of from his position over there. But again, a fantastic goal by Stenglin, and to beat Venn anytime is a big deal. So not a bad period by the Bombers. They need to pick up. They need to be able to get the puck out of the Melfort Mustangs zone, and they struggled a bit with that, but they're winning 1-0, so who can complain?
So that's the one goal by Stenglin, his third of the year already. Sent the assist at 12:34, the only goal. Flin Flon outshot heavily, 19-8 in that second period. The Mustangs a two-period total of 27. Flin Flon a two-period total of 16. Both teams 0 for 4 on the power play. We'll take a break. If you missed our SJHL preview show last night, you don't have to miss it tonight. It's coming up momentarily. We'll be joined again by the media mogul Jeremy Corrigan, who's been kind enough to give us kind of his thoughts, at least on the Bomber division. We'll talk about that in depthly momentarily here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Staple items like bread and buns? Okay, because items, muffins, cookies, and pies so good you think you're dreaming. But you're not. You're at the North of 53 Co-op. I know, you're shocked, but you shouldn't be, because the Co-op serves up hot and delicious baked goods every single day. And the only place better than their bakery is Mom's Kitchen, and that's debatable. The North of 53 Co-op, you're at home there.
Good evening. Welcome to our second intermission. And as promised, the director of SJHL Marketing, Jeremy Corrigan, joins us once again. Jeremy, it just seems like yesterday we were talking about the season preview. A whole year's gone by, summer's gone by, and we're all set to do this once again. Should be a lot of fun.
It should be a lot of fun, as always. Hopefully yourselves and all your loyal listeners had a great summer and are excited as we are for another great season of SJHL hockey.
Yeah, nothing beats the SJHL. And you and I were talking, I guess, off the air before we even started about just the parity in the league again. The parity was so strong. The parity's strong each and every year. But like I mentioned to you, and I'll kind of repeat it now, I don't know if I necessarily see a clear-cut favorite. I think heading into last year, we all knew that how good Battleford was going to be, and they certainly went beyond expectations. They've of course lost a lot of players since that championship run, but I don't see a clear-cut favorite, Jeremy. How do you see it?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think last year we thought Battleford was going to be one of the top teams in the league. Do I think we thought they wouldn't lose a game until mid-January in regulation? Probably not. But yeah, this year it is interesting because you look around the league, and I do think you see there's a bunch of teams that have really solid rosters and good returning players coming back. But then you look at those teams as well, and there's also weaknesses. And I think it should be an interesting year just because I think there legitimately is, a handful of teams at least that could potentially walk away with an SJHL championship at the end of the season, but it really, obviously, it depends on how, the start of this season goes, and then, obviously, the roster movement that always happens, it seems like, in the SJHL, and the so-called arms race between some of the top teams, but it should be interesting, because this year, like you said, like we talked about last year, how much parity there was in the SJHL, and I think that parity is going to be even more evident this year.
Well, I know you've interviewed all the coaches. You've had preview shows on all 12 teams. They're all on the website. And, of course, I know you guys had a kickoff program on the website as well on Monday. But let's start with the defending champion Battleford Stars. And it's really intriguing to me. They lost a number of players to scholarships and aged out. But they could have actually had Bell, Dahl, and Bear all back this year. They've all been dealt. You put those three guys on that team, and they probably are the favorites again this year.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. I think they would be definitely in the upper echelon of the league if, obviously those players came back. But, I'll say this. With the players that they do have returning back from that championship team last year, I think you learn a lot from going through an SJHL playoffs, winning a championship, going to a Centennial Cup, and obviously being a finalist at the Centennial Cup, finishing second in the country. And I think that experience is just so valuable for those returning players, and they're going to be able to pass on that knowledge to all these new incoming stars. Talking with Braden Klamosko, he likes all the players that he has coming back. There's some great leadership, and they're going to lead by example. And it's interesting because, you mentioned they did lose a lot. Like, they lost a lot of offense. So I'm curious where the goals are going to come from this season from the Battleford North Stars. But I will say this, I actually like their blue line. I think they have some good returning pieces on the back end, and I don't think we're going to see a massive drop-off. I still think the Battleford North Stars are probably going to be a playoff team this season. But obviously, when you lose guys like Goal, Bell, Southgate, Kesslering, it's going to be an uphill climb for sure when it comes to putting pucks in the back of the net.
Do you still think they're a top 6 team?
That's a great question, Rob. I don't know. I mean, I haven't honestly gone through and where I think teams are going to be ranked. I kind of leave, when I look at the standings and I look at the teams, I kind of put each team in a window of where I could see them potentially finish. And for me, for the Stars, I think they're anywhere between 5 and 8. I think they're a playoff team, but I don't know exactly where they're going to be. I am curious how their goaltending is going to be this season, with obviously two new goalies coming in. So that's my question mark for the Stars, but I still don't want to doubt a Braden Klamosko coach team.
No kidding. He's had a lot of success there. Let's focus into the Bomber division here for a moment, which all 4 teams made the playoffs last year. Flin Flon, Nipawin, Melfort, LaRonge. The interesting thing is, with Flin Flon, LaRonge, and Nipawin, all these teams are coached by players that used to play for these programs. And let's start off with the Nipawin Hawks. That's the Bombers' opponent, of course, to start the season. A lot of good forwards coming back. I mean, I know that they lost their starting goalie from last year, which has got to sting a little bit. But I would have to think the strength for this team is up front.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. But I wouldn't. Yes, they lost Jackson Fellner in between the pipes, but I think Damon Cunningham coming in halfway through the season last year was actually a pretty solid addition for the Nipawin Hawks and their scouting staff as well. And, talking to the play-by-play voice of the Humboldt Broncos, Rory McGorn, on our show on Monday, and he saw them firsthand in the playoffs, and Dan Cunningham was superb for Nipawin in his few games of action in the postseason. So I don't know if it's going to be that much of a drop-off for them in between the pipes. Damon Cunningham could sneakily, quietly be one of the top goaltenders in the SJHL this year, but I would have to agree with you, Rob. The strength of this hockey club is going to be that forward group. The one thing that blows me away about the Sherwood division this year is I think there's a lot of top talent up front for all 4 teams when it comes to forward. The one thing that stands out to me, though, for Nipawin is going to be the depth. And I think that's definitely going to be a strength for them this season. Obviously, they lost Xander Stewart on the blue line, but you know what? It looks like Nipawin's going to be a strong team this year, and I would not be surprised if they're a home ice advantage team in the first round of the playoffs come playoff time.
If they stay healthy, they'll be fine with Maben, Ratzloff, and Buchberger. That's 3 as good of forwards as you got in the entire division. And they improved so much and are not really, they've changed so much with styles. Doug Johnson, when he was there for so long, was defense first. Tad's let them go out and kind of get a little bit more creative offensively. So I think they're going to be really fun to watch. Let's talk about the Melfort Mustangs. Wasn't as much hype about them in past years. Trevor Blevins always has a solid program. I know he's got some pretty good bodies coming back from last year. Might have a bit of a challenge between the pipes, but not a lot of hype about the Mustangs heading into this year. Maybe that's a good thing for Trevor's group.
Well, my thing with Melfort is I think we would be having a different conversation about the Melfort Mustangs if they didn't get that news of Zach Summers and James Ben returning, which we got, I think it was beginning of August for the Melfort Mustangs. And I think when you get players like that coming back to your organization after it looked like both of them were going to be gone, that's a huge boost. Zach Summers, a local kid, University of Maine commitment, James Ben, going to be the starting goaltender this year for the Melfort Mustangs. Of course, played behind Joel Favreau last year, and honestly won a lot of good games for the Melfort Mustangs last year when Joel Favreau was out with injury. So the fact that you can get a good returning goaltender back, you essentially get your number one forward back. And now, the Melfort Mustangs, they're going to be in the mix in that division once again. And, when I look at that Sherwood division, once again, we talked about it last year, how all four teams made the playoffs. I would not be surprised once again if all four teams make the playoffs again this year.
LaRange, they're always a tough team to play against, and Kaminsky kind of recruits the same way. He gets skill, but also guys that have an edge and are hard to play against. I know that I certainly saw the preseason game in Flin Flon. They went at Flin Flon hard like they always do. Not scared to take penalties, but that's kind of been their Achilles heel the past couple of years. Is the amount. I know they were a little bit better in that department, but it seems like they take some undisciplined penalties at times, and that might be their own worst enemy with that.
Yeah, that's what happens that's what happened in years past. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. This year's team will do the same. However, when you play a certain style of hockey, those types of things are definitely going to happen. And of course, when they took a lot of penalties last year, their penalty kill had to be very good, and it was very good for them last year. And they also, of course, had a superb goaltender last year in Dawson Smith, and unfortunately lost him. But the good news is they have Topher Chirico coming back as well. The interesting thing, I think, with the LaRange Ice Wolves is they didn't have many graduating 20-year-olds, just a handful, plus obviously Dawson Smith, who arguably, you can make an argument he was one of, or if not the top goaltender in the SJHL last year, besides Josh Cote, of course. But I like LaRange, too. Like, they have a lot of good returning forwards as well. The big thing for them are those young players that they went out and got going to take that next step in development, because that's where
220
where they have to go. They have to grow from within. And of course, they're also going to have Liam McKinnon on the back end, and he was a point per game player when he was healthy last year on the blue line. So they have a lot of good pieces. It's just whether or not Kevin Kaminsky and company can kind of form it all together and, like you said, kind of make sure that they're a bit more disciplined, because obviously they have a tendency to get into penalty trouble.
That leaves us with the Flin Flon Bombers. A lot of pieces to fill. They lost, of course, a couple stalemates on the blue line, and King and Richmond, who are part of those teams that went to the finals in each of the last two seasons. They'll be tough to replace. Not guys that jump out. Richmond put up a number of points, I suppose, but not two guys maybe you think about amongst the upper echelon, maybe offensively, but two really solid D guys. And, of course, Dupereau's graduated. They've lost Mercier. And Tremblay, who was eligible to come back, signed in the North American Hockey League. So what's the prognosis for Flin Flon? I know that they're pretty optimistic here in northern Manitoba.
I think you're underselling them. I'm pretty high on the Flin Flon Bombers as well this year. I think I would agree with you. There are some, I think there's some holes to fill when it comes to the blue line. Obviously, when you lose, 5 players that had Centennial Cup experience on the blue line from last year, like not many times you can say a team had that. But you have both returning goaltenders coming back. Yeah. You have some good, solid returning forwards coming back. Of course, Alexei Silvestri, Jacob Vockler. And, getting Justin Lee is such a huge addition for the Flin Flon Bombers. And, seeing that line during the preseason, watching that line on Flow Hockey, I mean, I don't know if you're going to find a better line in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League this year than those three put together. Like, if they stay healthy, I genuinely think there isn't going to be a better line in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. Of course, like you mentioned, there are some holes to fill on the blue line, but I think there's a lot to be optimistic and excited about for Flin Flon Bombers fans this year.
Well, we're looking forward to it. And, of course, all starts this very weekend. Jeremy, great to catch up with you. Once again, great job of
10 seconds.
Platforms, getting the information out there. And look forward, of course, to seeing you at various rinks throughout the year.
Of course, Rob. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
And you're on.
Well, I hate it when that happens. A little bit late getting back. And the Melfort Mustangs have tied up this hockey game. The number one line comes through. Zach Summers, a picture-perfect pass out front to Duguay, who gets his second of the year. Posted in. Beautiful goal to tie up the game. Mike Slipper early in the third period.
Sure, it was a pretty goal for sure, Rob.
Mustangs get it back. They'll flip it up the ice. There's a quick pass to center. Grabbed here by Pravosky. He'll dump it in deep. Racing towards the front of the net that time was Rue. Knocked away, so it's all even here at one apiece. Mustangs want to come out and get that goal early. They've done that on their 29th shot of the game. Here's Liam Bridger. Back in over the Melfort line. He'll dump that one in deep. Grabbed here by Roberts. Over to Thornton. Thornton's got it. Whiffed on that one, but got it right back. Feeds it to center to Rue. Bombers get it back. And we got another penalty coming up here. Carroll got tied up here, lost his stick. Is he getting the penalty here, Mike Slip? By your reaction, I'm thinking he is.
I think he is. I don't like that call, Rob.
Neither does he. It's a hooking call against Carroll. Fifth power play of the game coming up from Melfort. Looking for a chance maybe to get their first lead of the game. And somebody's got to score a power play goal tonight.
Absolutely. Justin Lees seems to be laboring a little over on the bench. He's trying to stretch things out a bit. Looks like his right leg.
He got injured in the LaRange game in the preseason and has been fighting that ever since. He only played a couple of shifts in the third period last night. They'll need him, though, for sure. But at the same time, you don't want to aggravate injury and make it worse.
Yeah.
Silvestri at his own blue line, down the ice it goes. Ben will knock this one down and leave it for Olofsson back in the Melfort net. So a big Mustang power play, 0 for 4 in the game. They've tied it, though, early on a goal here by Ryan Duguay. Here's a steal here by Silvestri. He tried to get free, but the Duguay, the goal scorer, comes over and takes it away from him. Duguay to center. He has it across the line. Knocked away. Off of Silvestri's skate, the puck will roll. Back inside the Melfort zone where it's grabbed here by Olofsson. Olofsson, the Mustang captain, will go to work. Feeds it back to Summers. He'll be the catalyst here. Summers in over the line. Will throw it back to the Bomber net. Waiting for it was Lepper. Olofsson holds it in. Duguay back out front. There's a chance to shot over top of the net that time by Moore. Picked up quickly. Down the ice it goes by Egan. 58 seconds to go in the Melfort power play. Just underway in the third period. 17 minutes to go. But a big goal by the Mustangs, like we said, 25 seconds in to tie this game. This is Olofsson. To center ice. Picked up by Unger. Puck knocked away from him. It'll roll back inside Melfort territory. This is Emig. He's got it. Emig to center. He'll skate with it. Emig inside the Flin Flon zone. Emig to the middle of the ice. Inside the Flin Flon line. Along the boards. Picked up and thrown in the corner that time where it's grabbed by Shepard. Shepard loses the handle. Here's a steal. Iwanis short-handed, trying to break right the middle. Here's Iwanis, take it off. Shoots it, gets a shot away. A good right pad save made by Ben, and a great effort here by Bailey Iwanis. He had a guy draped all over, but still got down the ice and got a good chance. Unger forced back of his own net. Just 5 seconds remaining in the Melfort power play. They get the puck to center. Here's a pass sent back to Coyle up to the right side, kicked out that time by the Bomber netminder Lasercube. The penalty is over. Melfort 0 for 5 here tonight. Back to 5 aside. Lepper's pass. Picked up at center ice by Joey Lees. He'll send that on target. Ben the save. He'll hang on. Let's see what's happening out of town tonight with the McDonald's out-of-town scoreboard. All 12 teams in the SJHL are in action tonight, like we mentioned. Humboldt's got a 2-0 lead on Notre Dame. That's with about 6 minutes remaining in the second. Melville scored a 1-0 lead on Estevan midway through the second period. No score after one between Weyburn and Yorkton. Kindersley have got their first goal of the year. They got shut out last night. They're up 1-0 on Battleford. That's after one. And 0-0 Nipon LaRange after the opening 20 tonight. That's what's happening amongst the other SJHL games. We'll get to football and baseball. Our next stop to play, the face-off in Melfort territory. As Lees will line up for the face-off against Rue. Justin Lees is back out there. Oh, sorry, that's Joey Lees, 39. My apologies. Justin did come out and try to stretch his leg a little bit during the break. Here's Laughlin. Off the boards. Joey Lees can't pick it up. Puck will roll inside the Melfort zone. Here's Thornton to get it. Got to be careful. A couple guys on it. The puck comes out front. Steglin has got the goal. Had a chance again. Mustangs will play it back to center. Here comes Provoski. Provoski over the bomber line. Tried to use the D-man as a screen. Tanchuk blocked that. Laughlin tried to grab it back in the goal, but dug free here by Provoski. Provoski along the boards with his line mate Rue. They throw it out front, kicked away that time by Laserhill. Rebound picked up, set on target that time by Roberts. Provoski holds it in, fights off a check. The Bombers get it out. Stanglin to center, by himself, will dump it in, go off for a change. Easy save here for Ben, and picked up at the side of the goal once again by the Mustang captain, Olofsson. Olofsson has it back. Couple Bombers after him. He just got rid of it. Here comes Piccinino racing inside the zone, but grabbed here by Lepon. Lepon, one of the 4 French players that they acquired here prior to the season. Lepon across the line, didn't miss by much. Looked like he had Laserhill beat, at least he reacted late on it. Piccinino can't pick it up. The puck is set back in the Flin Flon zone. Laserhill will stop that in the side of his own net. This is Chow. Off the glass. Sending Melfort back in their own zone. Olofsson with Silvestri coming in on him. Olofsson, he'll pick it up. Made a good move to get it back to center. Flipped the pass inside the Flin Flon zone. Chow knocked that one away, but Olofsson knocked it down, kept it in. Chow gets it back. Chow takes off. Got a race going up the ice. Here comes Aiden Chow. Stops inside the Melfort zone, feeds it out front. Silvestri can't shoot it. Chow knocked it down. Silvestri along the boards. In deep. Walker can't get a stick on it either. Mustangs intercept. This is Lepon to center. Got to be tired. Gets bumped off the play, throws it back in the Melfort zone. Olofsson's got it. Gives that one away to Egan, but he can't do nothing with the guys offside, so he just tapped it in. Here's Awanas for Flin Flon, his side of center. Awanas bumped off the play. Duguay can't get it. He trips up Egan. Gonna get a penalty. And that's a tough call there to Duguay. He's just playing the puck, but he did definitely trip him up. Lepper in the Flin Flon zone on the delayed penalty coming up. Forced back of his own net. Here's Lepper. Quick pass to Awanas at center. Awanas, he'll dump it in. Mueller looked like he had some room, but picked up here by the Melfort D-man Emig. And the Bombers will get a chance to answer the early Melfort goal, their 5th power play of the game.
Justin Lee's trying to work whatever that right or left leg. Yeah, he's struggling left leg. He has a hard time. And the other thing is his brother, Joey, is struggling on the bench right next to him, too. I don't know what happened to Joey Lees, but both the Lees brothers are suffering a bit. I think Joey's going to be okay, though.
So here comes the power play unit. Bridger, Silvestri, Piccinino will be up front. Bockler and Noah Houle in the back end. Flin Flon still searching an elusive first power play goal of the year. Bockler at the blue line, sends it in. Ben will slide out, get the glove on that, and make an easy save with 13:05 to play in the third period. A 1-1 game. Steglin got a goal for the Bombers late in the second, and Duguay, the Melfort veteran, comes back to tie things up, his second of the season, 25 seconds into the third period. Flin Flon wins the draw. This is Jacob Bockler, a little bit of room. Bockler shoots it on target. Ben the save, rebounds out front. They can't care. Bridger gets a chance. That got blocked. Bockler after it. Back of the goal. This is the Silvestri to Piccinino. Silvestri in the corner to the point. Houle holds it in. Left side for Bockler. Back out front. Bridger found on it. There's a chance for Silvestri. A shot. Benny looking behind him, but he's got it. And Alexei Silvestri still looking for his first point of the season. He gets a great opportunity out front. He had Ben guessing wrong, but he still stopped it.
Yeah, this line's got to, these got to be your top line, although Justin Lees isn't out there. But, but they have to score for you.
They'll try again. Silvestri will line up for the faceoff. Still a minute 32 remaining in the power play. 12:41 to go in the period. Alexei Silvestri lining up against David Rue. Mustangs win it. Thornton off the glass. Took a funny hop. Bridger out front. And quickly off his stick. Silvestri back that. Here's Bridger. Tapped it back of there. Picked up here by Piccinino. Piccinino to the blue line. Houle holds it. Here's Bockler. Pass out front to Bridger, who falls down and can't get a shot away. Bockler along the wall. Back out front. Stuffed out that time by the Mustangs. and sit back in Flin Flon territory. Laser Hume well on that to get it to Bachler at center. Here's Silvestri. Silvestri across the line, a quick shot. Ben there again. He'll grab the glove, but still plenty of power play time. 57 seconds to go, 12:06 to go in the hockey game. Liam Bridger's got to find a way to get the shots. He gets the puck on his stick, but tough time. He has a tough time shooting it.
Yeah, you're right, and they had a couple of chances there. Harmon Laser Hume, although we haven't seen all the goalies, he's probably got to be the best goalie playing the puck. He's like another defenseman out there. He's very good at it.
And calm.
Yeah.
Here's a one-timer fired on target. Then a brilliant save on Matt Egan, and that's what they need.
Yeah.
A nice hard low shot, and actually that was redirected, but Ben still got his right pad on a great save.
Yeah, Bomber's showing he got the power play, I guess, but that's how you got to score on Ben, is get some action in front like that.
Great opportunity there. 53 seconds remaining in the power play. 12:02 in the hockey game. Shots 32-23 Mustangs, and they've tied it up here early in the third period. He wants us to line up here against Pavlovsky. Back to Tanchik's shot. That went wide. Bounce. And look out, a high stick here. And one of the Bombers is set down quickly. I think it might be Mueller, maybe. And he took a stick in the face here. It is Brock Mueller. He's wondering why there's no call. Again, I don't think the officials saw it. But Mueller takes a high stick. Play will continue. We'll get a face-off once again. In the Melfort zone as Iwanis will line up against Belton. Off the draw. Mustangs knock it down. Great play. Here comes Pavlovsky to center. Short-handed. Pavlovsky, he's hauled down here. Play continues. Knocked down outside the Bomber boom line that time by Belton. Flin Flon trying to get back up the ice. 30 seconds to go in the power play. There's a pass to Egan. Big goal last night. Egan will carry it in. Rimmed it around the boards to the right side. Waiting for it that time was Sem. Tried to come back to Mueller, but he was tied up, couldn't get there. Scooped up this time by the Mustangs. Hutchinson. And down the ice it goes, and Tanchik will touch up with 12 seconds remaining. In the power play, Flin Flon in danger of going 0 for 5. These two teams have combined 0 for 10 tonight. Here's a steal, a chance for Summers. In alone, a shot! And a good right pad save there by Laser Hume. Not the guy you want to cough the puck up to. Hutchinson after it. Gets it back of the goal to Duguay, who's got the goal. He's pinned up along the boards this time by the Bomber D-man Andrews. So again, there's a lost stick out there. It's laying right in the middle of the Bomber zone. Mueller to the line. Trying to poke it out. Melfort holding it in. They'll backhatter back in the zone, and this will force Andrews back of his own net. Around the boards to Matt Egan. Egan pinned up. He can't do much. Really good penetration here by the Mustangs. Matt Egan will get it out. Lifted it ahead for Mueller. Broke it up by Olafson to center. Scooped up here quickly by Shepard. Shepard back out front, bouncing puck to Hutchinson. The puck is loose. Mustangs look like the light came on, but play continues. There's a big hit there, and a penalty going to be handed out to Aiden Chow, and maybe a few more. He decked one of the Mustangs at the boards. They didn't like that, and a major scrum happening. Look out! One of the Mustangs that got hit comes up. I think it's Duguay. That is Duguay, number 18. He came up swinging. He's not happy. He wants Ethan Andrews. It looks like we got a bit of a scrap on the ice here between a couple of guys. I don't think Duguay even knows who hit him. He's just going after whoever.
Yeah, it was high. It was high.
Aiden Chow caught him. That's who it was.
Yeah, Dawson Carroll, of course, in the middle of that. Oh, and he's going off, too. I'm wondering, it might have been a hit to the head.
Or it could be maybe a hit from behind. We'll see what they do.
Dawson Carroll's going off. I think the Bombers.
But I'm pretty sure Flin Flon's going to be shorthanded.
I think you're right, Rob.
We'll take a break. 10-14 to go in the third period. A big, this could be the turning point of the hockey game.
Yeah.
It's tight. It's 1-1. Looks like a big Mustang power play coming up when we return here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear.
Reliability and making sure your machine performs the way it's supposed to. And after 33 years in business, RAG has built a strong reputation as an auto parts retail store, supplying automobile parts, accessories, and safety apparel. They are also the Paw's only source for Honda ATVs, power equipment, and marine outboards, so you can work hard and play hard. To learn more about their services, call 204-623-5463 or visit their website at rag1987.com.
Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center wants you to save big with the Whirlpool Savor Your Savings event on now. That's right, you can now save up to an additional $300 off on multiple qualifying Whirlpool major kitchen appliances, fridges, ovens, cooktops, and more. Get the upgrade you've been wanting at a great price. But you better hurry because
10 seconds.
you can only savor the savings until September 27th. Whirlpool at Creighton Furniture and Appliance Center, open Tuesday to Saturday 9 to 4, or message them on Facebook.
You're on.
Well, Aiden Chow's night is over, and it's either a hit to the head like you alluded to or hit from behind, but he's left the ice. And the question, it's only 2 minutes up on the boards. I'm thinking, could it be a 5-minute major? But they put the two. I'm thinking it's probably 2 and a 10. We'll have to wait for the announcement. A hit to the head's a 10-minute misconduct, right?
Thinking they can kick you out with a 2-2, Rod. But
well, they know he's out.
Yeah.
But I think
but
it's 2 and a 10.
For the rest of the game, I mean, he wouldn't have left the ice. He would have stayed in the block.
Oh.
I think, you could be right, Rod.
Well, wait for the announcement. He's done. Usually if you hit a guy in the head, you're out of the game, I think.
I think so, yeah. I think so. This is...
So probably 2 of the game misconduct, I guess is what they would say.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the Bombers are very lucky to only get a 2-minute penalty. I believe it was a good call by the referee.
This is interesting, though. Why is the face-off not inside the Flin Flon zone with the Melfort power play?
Very interesting.
They're having the face-off outside the line. That, to me, is interesting. Well, here's the calls and the penalties. Silvestri's got it. Melfort on the power play. Buckler's got it. He whips that one over top of the net.
2 minutes from checking from behind in a game misconduct.
So 2 for a hit from behind is the call. And that's an automatic game misconduct. So Aiden Chow is done.
Duguay got a 10-minute misconduct on top of that, too.
Well, a few guys got 10-minute misconduct. Anyway, face-off for the Mustangs zone. They are on the power play here. Flin Flon had the liberty getting the face-off outside their own zone. And Walker will send that one wide. And that's picked up here by Hutchinson. And they'll try to set things up. He'll send it back to Olofsson, back of the goal. Rue at center. Backhands this one in. Summers got tied up. I don't think there was anything there. He's looking at the referee for a call, but I don't think anybody did anything. I think he just got crossed up with a bomber forward. Here's a steal by Buckler, short-handed. He's got Silvestri. Silvestri short-handed, can't bank it in. Great opportunity there, and Ben standing tall, maybe his best save of the hockey game. Great job by Jacob Buckler with the steal to get out front to Silvestri. Good penalty killing by Flin Flon so far. Summers again at center, knocked down again. There's going to be a penalty this time. 5-on-3, Mike Slip. Tripping penalty being handed out to Buckler.
No, not happy with that call. I'll tell you, he was screaming at the referee.
You might want to keep it down, not take any more penalties.
Yeah, no. This could be trouble right here.
I would think so. I mean, Melfort, like I said, it looks like Trevor Blevins wants to call a timeout here. He does.
He does, yep.
We just took a break, so we'll stay here. Let's see what's happening out of town. I know, Mike, you're dying to know what's happening in that LaRonge Nipawin game.
I am.
So I got Melville up 2-0 now on Estevan late in the second. Humboldt up 2-0 on Notre Dame after 2. Still no goals in the Weyburn-Yorkton game. That's about 14 minutes to go in the second period. Kindersley leads Battleford 1-0. That's late in the second and early, or just rounding down the second period. No goals on the wrong side. They're scoreless them in the Hawks. So offense has been tough all the way around the league.
Yeah.
CFL action today. Montreal beat Calgary 28-11. Holy cow, the Argonauts just giving it to Hamilton the last time I checked. 27-4 in the third quarter. See if we can get an update on that one. I think Toronto's the best team in the league by 4. 29-14 is the final. In that game, what's Toronto now? 11-1.
Yeah, they're a great quarterback. They've done a good job down there,
and a good defense.
Of course, nobody's going to the game still, which is unfortunate. But yeah, very good football team.
So gut check here for the Bombers at the 5-on-3 for a minute 7 for the Mustangs after the tripping call to Walker. There's a break as that one will get away from the defenseman Emig, and he'll have to go back down the ice. The big thing for Flin Flon, try and kill this first 55 seconds if he can, and get one more guy out there. Rue will get it in deep. Here's Rue carrying the puck deep inside the Flin Flon zone. Back to the line. This is Emig. Swings that pass over to Moore. Back to Emig, a lot of traffic out front. Moore to the middle of the ice, hangs on, dumps it off the side of the goal. Mustangs work it back out front. Hutchinson, Kamor, side of the goal. Knocked down by the Bombers, can't clear. Partially blocked, and the Bomber net comes flying off. Summers not happy, but he didn't realize the net was off. But so far, so good. 24 seconds of that first penalty, a minute 17 in the second.
Yeah, they're holding it out to the outside pretty good here with the three guys. So
Mike Slip checking his 50-50 numbers.
And yet again, Mike Slip, not a winner.
Yeah, but Mike, you only got to win that once.
That's all I want to do.
Yeah, I hear you. 9:22, the announced attendance. It looks like more than 1,000 here to me.
I think you're right, Rob. What's going on here, Rob?
Face-off coming outside the Bomber zone again because the Melfort knocked the net off.
That's right, exactly right.
So a big break here as Summers will take the face-off against Silvestri. The 5-on-3 continues for 24 seconds. Bombers win the face-off. Tanchuk can't get it out. Whack it away along the boards. Mustangs throw it in deep here. Back of the goal. This is Rue, and of course they really missed Duguay, who took that 10-minute misconduct. Puck on the side of the net, grabbed here by the Bomber netminder Laser Hume, and Duguay, one guy they like to have out there, but he took that 10-minute misconduct.
I thought Duguay might have been maybe the best Mustang on the ice tonight.
Well, Summers looks pretty good.
He does, but Dugay's had a nice game too.
Well, that first line's great.
Yeah.
Hutchinson looks good too.
Yep.
But Summers is kind of the catalyst. He's the straw that stirs the drink for sure. I can't imagine how happy Trevor Blevins was when he came back.
Yeah.
Here's a big face-off win for Flin Flon. Guess what? The first penalty's over. So they do their job so far. 50 seconds remaining in the second opportunity in a 1-1 hockey game. And that's a big break to kill that first penalty. Silvestri whacks it back to center ice. Going back to pick it up on the Mustang side of center is Provoski. Provoski across the line, throws it through the legs. There are Bridger, who's down on the ice again. Provoski gets back up. Along the boards, chipped out. No. Mueller couldn't get it out. He'll get a second chance. It stays in again. Boy, good penetration by the Mustangs. They never give up on him. Mueller along the boards, hit hard. Puck picked up here by Provoski. Puck squirted free. Grabbed here by Pigeon. 2 goals last night. Gets it back to blue line. Just held in. There's a shot. Ooh, didn't miss by much. Laser Hume never saw it. 3 seconds remaining in the second penalty. Flin Flon trying to get it out. Picked up here by Lepper. Lepper's got it. Guess what? The penalty's over. Bachler's under the box. He's got it. He'll send it on goal. Ben will kick that one out. Mueller after it again. But a big break there for Flin Flon, who killed 2 more Melfort power plays, which is 0 for 7 in the game. Matt Egan chipped that one ahead. Racing back in his own zone was Unger. Got it back to center. Redirected by Roberts. And picked up by Laughlin, down to 6:55 remaining in the third period. Here's a pass to Alanis, overskates it, gets it back, feeds that back to Tanchuk, high off the glass. Should be an icing call against Flin Flon. No, it hits somebody. Emig back to get it, lost a handle, but got it right back out front. Picked up here by Day. Day to center, down the Flin Flon zone, down the left side, throws it out front. Great job, Laser Hume. Gets the right pad down by the bar, makes the save, but a huge Flin Flon Bomber penalty kill.
Absolutely, Laser Hume, and a great penalty kill. We got a timeout here, Rob.
And we'll take another quick break. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Good one here at the Whitney Forum tonight, all even at 1 on 102.9 CFER and FlinFlonOnline.com.
For a limited
clear.
Enjoy the tasty breakfast trio.
1, 2, 3, 4.
McMuffin or McGriddles with a hash brown and a small premium roast.
After this one, 8.
Plus tax. Available before 11 a.m. at participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada.
And you're on.
So is this a media timeout? The Bombers call a timeout.
This, I believe, is a media timeout, Rob.
So just under 7 minutes remaining in the third period. A 1-1 game. The Bombers do themselves a big favor, but have not really tested James Ben in this third period.
No, they haven't.
They've been penalized, though, 3 times.
Absolutely. They've outshot the Mustangs, but again, a lot from the outside and not too much in tight, and that's where you gotta beat Mr. Van.
Yeah, they've held Melfort to 8 shots, which is remarkable because they've been penalized 3 times for putting that 5-on-3.
Fantastic penalty kill by the Bombers.
Big face-off of the Flin Flon zone. Silvestri will line up here against Zach Summers. Off the draw. Piccinino picks it up quickly, and he'll race with it to center. Piccinino, a backhand pass, a good one. Here's Walker down the lane. He sends it on target. Ben will turn that one away. Loose puck to the right corner, deep in Melfort territory. Flin Flon try to converge on it, but it will come back to center. Walker there quickly to get it. Trying to lift that one up the boards. Puck will roll inside the Mustang zone where it's grabbed here by Unger. Poke ahead to center. Walker there to get it. Feeds it back to Laughlin. Laughlin at center will dump it back inside the Melfort zone. He takes a good hit. The Melfort bench will cheer that. Here's Wackler. Sends it out front. Nobody there. Bouncing puck. Grabbed at the blue line that time by the Flin Flon bomber D-Man Andrews. But quickly the Mustangs send it down, and we're down to 5:43 remaining in the third. There's a tough giveaway by Andrews as he threw it to the line and didn't get much on it. The Mustangs blocked it, got it back in. Laughlin there to help him out though. Off the boards, it's a nice give and go, a 2-on-1. It's Walker and Bridger. Walker down the right side. Oh, the pass behind Bridger. He's going the front, got a little bit behind him, couldn't knock it down. That looked pretty exciting as they're making their way up the ice, but quickly went south. Bridger will get it. He'll backhand it back down in the Melfort zone. Moore lost that one to guess who? Stegman been kind of quiet. Maybe he'll be the guy to break through here in the third period. Play broken up in front of the Melfort net. Grabbed here by Bloomer. Bloomer sends it back inside the Flin Flon zone. Grabbed by Laserham quickly back of the net. There's Houle. Over to Leopard. Up the middle. Grabbed here by Steph. He found on that one. Gets it across the line. On target again. And Ben's going to stop those 100 times out of 100. They got to try and get some shots in tight. It remains a 1-1 game. 4:45 to go. Shots closer at 35-30. But again, not a lot of real dangerous ones.
No. They've made life pretty easy, except for that one great shot by Stengland on James Van tonight.
Face off inside the Mustang zone, the right of James Van as Ioannis will take the draw here against David Rue. Off the face-off, grab quickly by the Mustang forward, Provoski. Feeds that one back here to Belton. Belton will get it in deep. Puck laid back to the bomber net. There's a shot fired off the side of the net that time by Provoski. But Provoski's had a nice game here tonight. Egan after it. Trying to clear it out. Knocked to the ice. Mustangs hold it in. Good work along the boards this time by the D-man Thornton. Puck does come back to center. Grabbed by Robertson. He'll lift that one, and a big hit in front of the benches here. Look out, we got another penalty coming up here. Egan got tied up here. With the Mustang D-man Roberts, he did something. The fans reacted to it. He's taking a penalty. It's a rough. I didn't see it. Here's the replay up here. He's looking for the hit. Didn't see much there. Anyway, the Bombers will get a power play opportunity number 6, and they have called a timeout, which is a good move.
Yeah, absolutely. This is big. 4 minutes left, Rob, like you say, and this is a big moment for the Flin Flon Bombers.
4:08 remaining in the third period.
I believe Justin Lees is
going to make his way to the. Oh, he's going to come out here and give it a shot.
Still struggling, just out going for his skate.
So the Bombers will go to timeouts. The Major League Baseball scores today. Mike Slips Blue Jays blew it again. A 6-5 lead in the 9th inning. Tampa came back and beat them 7-6. Baltimore over Cleveland 2-1. Cubs doubled the Rockies 6-3. Philly on their way to the postseason.
Yeah.
They beat the Mets 7-5. Texas, Seattle. What do we got here? 2-0 final for Texas. Kansas City beats Houston again, 3-2. The A's, the Oakland A's. Why am I doing an Oakland A's score? Because if they win, it's news.
Yeah.
They beat Detroit today 4-1.
Now, are they going to Las Vegas next year, Rob?
As far as I know, they are.
I wonder where they're going to play, if they're going to play in that big stadium.
I believe so, and I believe that the deal is that the city of Vegas is going to build them a new ballpark.
Yeah.
That's always the big kicker, right?
Yeah, that's Calgary.
Flin Flon is on the power play. for the
13-52.
sixth time tonight. Mustangs, though, get the puck down the ice. Noah Hull with a guy draped all over him. It's Day. So he'll get it back to the goal. Picked up here by Piccinino. Lifted ahead to Bachler. Bachler to center. Again, no Justin Lees. Trying to get his foot back in order. He's gone back to the bench. Flin Flon holds it in. Bachler back out front. Knocked away by Day. And down the ice it goes. A minute 27 to go in the power play. 3.5 remaining in the hockey game. 1-1. Well, one thing's for sure. Nobody's leaving their seat early.
No, that's right.
Here's Noah Hull. Stick handles to center. In over the Melfort line. He'll dump that one in. Knocked down back of the goal by the Mustangs more. But intercepted here by Bachler. Bachler back up front to Bridger. There's a nice shot on net. And gloved here by Vince. So he wasted no time there. As soon as it was on the tape, he let it rip.
He sure did. I don't know if he got everything on it, but
looked pretty good to me, but a little bit high. But
exactly what he needed to do.
So a minute 3 to go in the power play. 3:11 remaining in the game. Another face-off inside. The Mustangs own the right of end. Silvestri wins the draw. They get it back to blue line, but it will make its way back to center. Poole had to be careful. He had the Mustangs Probotsky all over him. He'll dump it back in. Here's Bridger. Back of the goal. Pinching in is Piccinino. Tied up back of the goal. Silvestri will dig it free. Poole holds it in. Here's Blocker. Shooting it. Save. Rebound is there. They can't get it. Cleared down the ice. Fans jumping, thinking that might have been it. Here's Laser Hume. The quick pass to Blocker. He's got it full flight. Blocker for the net. Backhander can't get it to go. Van will stop it. Bridger was hoping for a rebound, but there isn't one. But a great chance there from the very skilled and gifted Jacob Bachler.
Absolutely. That's what the Jacob Bachler we have grown to know and love. I talked to Cole Dupro in between periods. I said, boy, we need you out on that power play in that circle with that big slapper, that one-timer. Liam Bridger filled in that spot just a little while ago, but he said, I wish I was out there.
30 seconds to go with the power play. 2.5 in the game. Face off back in the Melfort zone. Off the draw. This is Matt Egan. Dropped it back to Laughlin. Laughlin slings it across. Tanchik a shot. I think that hit the base of the post. Nice hard low drive. Puck will go down the ice. I think that hit the post. And Tanchik will pick up the loose puck back to his own net with Day once again coming down on him. They swing it back to Wanis to center. Egan couldn't pick it up. Flin Flon's got it. This is Tanchuk at center. Pass partially blocked that time by Belton. Grabbed here by Moore. Guess what? Penalty over. Flin Flon 0 for 6 in the game. There's a steal just outside the blue line by Hutchinson. Gets a quick chance and a shot into the glove. Harmon Laser Hume. So a minute 57 remaining. Shots are 38-33 Mustangs. And neither team can buy a power play goal. They combined 0 for 13 in this game.
No, Bombers coming back with shots because of that penalty. They did a nice job. They just couldn't get it past Ben.
No, they couldn't. 1:57 to go. Summers will dig in. Lining up for the faceoff against Semth. There's a big win for Semth. Swings that over to Mueller. Mueller along the wall. Poked it ahead. A nice job here to Egan. Couldn't pick it up. Semp does. He'll hammer that one in deep. Kicked out again by Venn. Summers throws that over to the far corner looking for Pijon. Puck bouncing in front. Flin Flon trying to keep it in. Pijon gets it out. Poole at center. Dumped it right back in. Emig played that ahead to Summers. He'll come back and get it inside his own zone. The very talented Zach Summers down the wing. Gets that across the line. Knocked down midair by Noah Hull. Then he lost to Hamill. Hutchinson takes a high stick here. Referee never saw it. And play continues with a minute 14 remaining. Lepper back of his own net. Swings the pass to Egan. He lifts that ahead. Grabbed here by Sent. He'll dump it inside the Melfort zone. Grabbed back of the goal by Roberts. There's a big hit there. Stood up here by Brock Mueller. Puck comes back to center. Less than a minute remaining in regulation. Trevor Blevins wanting another penalty. Bucked up inside Melfort territory. Grabbed back of the goal by Roberts. He'll have to be careful. Losing the handle. Silvestri the steal. Gets it in. And a great chance and a great save by Ben. Silvestri knocking at the door. Might slip. But James Ben will not open it.
No, I think it got him right in the mask. But here it is here. But yeah, that was great. Great play by Silvestri. Trevor Blevins really upset again there. Probably would have been a penalty any other time of the game.
Great steal by Sylvester, but James then comes up big. 45 seconds remaining in the third period. Flin Flon wins the draw. There's Buckler, a chance, and Ben there again. Turning everything away tonight. Big trio out there. You've got Piccinino, Silvestri, Buckler, the youngster Andrews, and Patrick on the back end. I'm wondering if this game gets to overtime, if Justin Lees comes out and maybe tries to take a shift.
He's standing up on the bench. It sure looks like he wants to play. But
I'll bet.
Have we seen Joey Lees out? I don't think so, Rob.
No, I think he's banged up too, like you mentioned. Off the face-off here, the shot sent wide again by Buckler. Chance at front. Puck is laying there. Racing after it was Andrews. He pitched in there pretty deep. Tanchuk in the corner for Andrews. Andrews fans on it. Knocked away by Hutchinson. The dangerous Mustang forward takes off the center. Hutchinson down the wing, offside of the left side. A little bit anxious was the Melfort D-man Olofsson. And that means the face-off will come outside the Melfort blue line, or outside the Flin Flon blue line, rather, with 23 seconds remaining in the third period.
Just looking to see if I can see Joey on the bench. And
yeah, he's over there standing on the right beside Liam Bridger there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Face-off outside the Bomber blue line. Silvestri taking the face-off against Summers. 1-1. 20 seconds to go. Here's Noah Houle. Back to center. Shot redirects. Knocked down in front of the Melfort goal. Swatted away that time by Olofsson. Piccinino got it, but couldn't knock it down cleanly. Comes back to Silvestri, spins and fires. He'll keep it in. Good late pressure. Buckler throws that out front. Intercepted here by Belton. Belton at center, going to run out of time, and we're going to overtime. Mike Sliff, 38-36 for regulation on the shots.
That was a good period of hockey, Rob. The Bombers, I don't know where it was all game, but they sure put pressure on at the end when, in desperation, Justin Lee's still trying to shake that injury off.
So fans getting their money's worth tonight. Extra time for sure. It'll be 3-on-3. I love the 3-on-3 concept of hockey.
We've talked about
I don't like a lot of the changes that have been handed down, but the 3-on-3, whoever came up with that, great idea.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about it many times and how we dislike shootouts. So I love the 3-on-3 too. It's a good way to finish a hockey game.
So Flin Flon outshoots the Mustangs 16-11 in that third period. Flin Flon winding up with, Flin Flon had 20 shots in the third period compared to 11. The Bombers wind up with 36, the Mustangs 38 through regulation. And, we know one thing, both teams will get at least 1 point tonight.
Absolutely, and, that's right, Rob.
Again, if you're the road team, you're okay with that, but the home team, you really want, well, I guess both teams want both, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anytime they go on the road, get any points, I guess it's always, especially coming into the Whitney Forum.
Absolutely. Jacob Buckler and Alexei Silvestri has a great shift there near the end of the game. Buckler with a couple of great touches.
Silvestri, the steal right off the stick of the defenseman.
Buckler's been held, they've done a nice job against Jacob Buckler tonight, and Silvestri for that matter, but they broke loose there. Buckler is so good at creating open ice, and he hasn't had that chance tonight, but this will be interesting. Look who's standing out in the ice, Mr. Stanglin.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to start Silvestri, Stanglin, and Tanchuk. The Mustangs, they are going to go with Olofsson, the big D-man, as well as Moore.
Interesting here.
And I believe Hutchinson will be the other guy on the ice.
Stanglin, Iwanis, Tanchuk. Boy, he's a big boy. Hey, Iwanis, 6'4".
So 3-on-3. Ready for the face-off, Summers and Iwanis. Here's a chance for Iwanis right off the hop. He'll pick it up. Gets a quick chance. Kicked out by Ben. A big rebound. He blows a tire. 2-on-1 the other way, led by Hutchinson. Up to Summers. Back up front to Hutchinson. Can he finish up? He does. He'll jam it in 5-hole. And 15 seconds into overtime. The Melfort Mustangs spoil the party here at the Whitney Forum.
They sure do. That's 3-on-3. You get a chance one end and you come back the other way and on a 2-on-1, and that's exactly what happened. Daryl Blevins
It's Trevor Blevins.
I got to get that right. Maybe I should put.
He's only been in the league forever.
I know. I should maybe put $5 in every time I do that. I do apologize. he's the happiest guy in the rink. I've never seen him smile, but he's smiling now. He is really excited. Look at him. He is super excited.
Well, like I said, you come on the road, it's always a bonus. You can get 2 points. It's been a tough place, but that's a beautiful goal. And again, the number one line comes through. That's what happens a lot with these 3-on-3 games. You get a chance one way, a guy goes down, blows the tire like Ioannis did. You're looking at odd man rush the other direction.
You can't wipe that smile off of his face.
No, it's a big, big victory here for the Melfort Mustangs. It took all of 15 seconds into overtime. And the veteran tag team of Hutchinson and Summers get her done. And full marks to Melfort for taking the 2 points here tonight, winning in Flin Flon in overtime by a score of 2-1. We'll take a break. We'll get to all the particulars, including the final scoring summary, plus our post-game show awards, and, of course, the Great North post-game report. But head coach GM of the Bombers, Mike Reagan, who isn't smiling.
No, he certainly isn't. Hutchison with that one, hey, Rob?
Absolutely. We'll take a break. All the particulars coming up for the Whitney Forum here on 102.9 CFER and FlinFlonOnline.com.
Clear. Yes. Attention! While you smile in private, it's something funny to you? Sir, no, sir. I just had Jack Link's beef jerky, sir. Jack Link's beef jerky? Sir, yes, sir. 100% beef, 100% delicious, sir. Most convenient and delicious source of protein around? Sir, yes, sir. Did you save any for me? Sir, no, sir. Gosh darn it, drop down and give me 20. Arctic Beverages, proud supplier of Jack Blake's beef jerky. Noodle Bowls are at the North of 53 Co-op. Tickle your taste buds with flavors you can't get anywhere else in town. Try a delicious udon noodle bowl, flavorful ramen noodle bowl, and a tasty donburi bowl. Or mix it up and try a bit of everything with their bento boxes. And that's not all. They have everything from rice bowls to sushi, tempura, and more. The North of 53 Co-op. You're at home there.
Hud Bay is proud to be a sponsor of this Bomber broadcast. From donations for bursaries, hockey schools, clubs, community events, charities, and so much more, Hud Bay has supported our community with dedication and generosity, contributing to events and organizations. Hud Bay thanks the people of Flin Flon for their continued support.
Everything is possible with the help of Shane's. Getting the band back together with all new guitars, amps, and drums. Entertaining the kids with board games, Lego, or the new Nintendo game. Focusing on yourself with a relaxing massager, oils, pillows, and candles. Or working from anywhere with a quality laptop, tablet, and printer. Shane's has the products made for you. Whatever your needs are, anything from common items like chargers,
10 seconds.
More unique like crystals or prepaid phones. Trust them with the products that matter to you. Shane's in the Atinike Mall. Watch, listen, play, connect.
And you're on.
Aiden Hutchinson with the overtime winner tonight as the Melfort Mustangs once again spoil the party here at the Whitney Forum. Let's run on the goals. It won't take long, Mike Slick. We only had 3 of them.
Yeah.
Stanglin, the rookie sensation, now once again out of Michigan, gets the Bombers on the board, gets in behind the D, goes in alone. The only shot to beat James Venn tonight. His third from Semp, low glove side. Gave the Bombers the 1-0 lead that would carry over till timely goals again for the Mustangs. They scored 25 seconds and to tie the game. Duguay, who took a 10-minute misconduct, missed the end of the game. He gets his second from Summers that would tie things up at 25 seconds in. Flin Flon, a late barrage, late to steal. We mentioned, of course, by Silvestri. Some chances by Vockler. There was the goal post, I believe, from Aiden Chow. So the opportunities were certainly there. But unfortunately, they could not put another puck past Ben. Gets to overtime. They win the face-off. Awanas over the line. Loses an edge. Goes down. 2-on-1 the other way. And we saw the result. Summers, a picture-perfect pass. Hutchinson, 5-hole on Laser, who actually looked like he played it pretty well. But
yes.
Just a nice goal. His first of the year. 15 seconds in overtime to win it. Final shots would be 39-36. The Mustangs score on their first chance in overtime. Flin Flon, like we said, won the face-off. Looked like they're heading off the pay dirt, but we talked about that. A lot of times on 3-on-3, if you go one way and you're stopped and you get caught up the ice, well, it's an odd man rush going right back the other way.
Yeah, turns it right around. You're right, and that's exactly what happened there. They got Laser, Hume moving, and you're right. It looked like he may have had it.
Well, he played it right, but it was just a beautiful
just
goal.
knocked it under his pad. So, you're right, Rob. It spoiled the party. It was a great party today with the tailgate, and then then the game and the fans got treated to a good hockey game, and now the kids are going to skate. I don't know. I doubt.
That's right. There's a skate here after the game.
I doubt if the Bombers are that excited to partake, but I know they will, and with a smile on their faces. So.
You're right. I forgot there's a skate. It never ends with activities here today.
So it's a big day for the Flin Flon Bombers, and as I said, it's great for these young people who haven't the rookies that have come to Flin Flon and don't realize what the hockey means to the Flin Flon Bombers to this town. They were shown it today, and I still think of a pitcher, who told me the other day, he said, we never played in front of more than 50 people, so I'm sure he was pretty impressed with the way things went today.
So again, Stenglund opens things up for Flin Flon, his third from Semp at the 12:30 mark of the second period. That would hold up till 25 seconds in the third. Duguay gets his second to tie. They couldn't solve it. Both goalies held the fourth the rest of the way till overtime. And again, the 2-on-1. Summers, a picture-perfect pass to Hutchinson. He tucks it in for his first of the year. Game winner, 15 seconds into overtime. And like Mike Slip mentioned, and I'm sure how the whole rink saw, Trevor Blevins and his team very excited. And you should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
You come into enemy territory, a tough place to win like the Whitney Forum. These are things early in the year that can catapult you to much confidence. And certainly a good start for the Mustangs, who now lead the Sherwood Division with 2 victories on the season.
Yeah, it's funny to say that they lead the Sherwood Division with 2 victories, but they do. Bombers, though, with 3 points, they showed some good things. They struggled getting the puck out of their own zone, and even in that third period, I noticed they just couldn't get it over the blue line, and so they'll have to work on that. Rob, is Friday the next game?
I know we go to L'Orange on Saturdays by next broadcast.
Yeah, no, so there's a game here, I believe, Friday, I think it says here. L'Orange at Flin Flon on September 29th.
Okay, well, we'll have that on Flow TV. That will not be a radio game.
Right, so hopefully that, Justin Lees can get...
and Joey Lees, too, like you mentioned, might be banged up a little bit as well.
Hopefully they can get healthy, because Justin was really fighting... I was surprised to see him play tonight from things I'd heard on...
Home opener, tough to stay out.
Yeah, captain, and he played like a captain. He had some good shifts, but that third period, he tried, but he just couldn't go, and so hopefully this rest will do him the world of good.
Final shots through overtime, 39-36 in favor of Melfort. How about these teams couldn't get going on the power play at all? Melfort 0 for 7, that includes a 5-on-3, and the Bombers wind up 0 for 6. We'll take a break, the 3-star selection coming up, and our post-game report from the Whitney Forum tonight. Mustangs in overtime, Hutchinson the game winner here on 102.9 CFAR and FlinFlonOnline.com.
September is SUV month at Great North GM, and they've got you covered. They've got the newly designed 2024 Buick Encore GX and the new 24 Buick Envista, Chevy Trailblazer, and Chevy Trax. Not to mention a heap load of 2024 GMC Terrains, Acadias, and Chevy Equinoxes. And of course, the large and in charge, legendary GMC Yukon and Chevy Tahoe models all dropping this month. It's always a great day at Great North GM in Nepal.
Down with cutlery. Down with cutlery. Down with cutlery.
I know just the thing. KFC. Wait, what? KFC. You never have to use cutlery again with the famous chicken sandwich. What about the fries? You don't need cutlery for the now seasoned to perfection fries, making them even more flavorful and crispier than before.
No need for cutlery for original recipe chicken from KFC either.
Cutlery probably necessary for coleslaw, macaroni, and potato salad. KFC, so good. Bailey Homes provides a ready-to-move home as unique as you and your family. From the expertise in the planning, the quality of the build, to the care of the move, let Bailey Homes make your dream home a reality. All customized to fit your needs, they allow you to take the stress out of home construction and spend more time making everlasting memories. Family owned and operated with experiences in the North. Visit bailey-homes.ca or call 204-903-5220.
Jim's Custom Doors and Windows is your trusted local windows, doors, and blinds store. But did you know they also install overhead doors? And did you know that a properly installed overhead door can help protect your home against extreme weather, help you save on your energy bill, and can increase the value of your home by up to 4%? Well, if you did it, now you do. Plus,
10 seconds.
Lock and Key Services, helping you protect your home from the elements. Jim's Custom Doors and Windows. Call them today, 687-7071.
Go.
Well, I think it's safe to say most people in attendance went home disappointed tonight, but not these young kids who are tearing up the ice out here tonight, having a great time.
There's a lot of them out there tonight, which is fantastic. It's great. You know, what a great day, really. It was a beautiful day here in Flin Flon. Some great music outside, some good hot dogs you missed, Rob. And
I'll have a hot dog again, Mike.
Yeah, I know you will, and so will I. But it was a great day and a great presentation at the beginning of the game.
That Austin Mattis did a great job. You should give him some credit.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, he put all that together, and I know he's still up there working on stuff, and I know he told me he worked on that for weeks to get that ready for tonight.
And he did. It looked like it was from an NHL arena. So
wonderful job. Let's get to the KSC 3-star selection. Mike, who do you like for star number 3 in this game?
I like Zach Summers. You called it at the beginning. This guy is going to be one of the best players, if not the best player in the league. You know where Zach's from? Melfort, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, he's a hometown product.
Hometown boy. Sorry, I went backwards. I gave the first star first. But Zach
Summers, go 1, 2, 3 then.
Summers is the first star. We're going to give the next one to Harmon Laser-Hume. I thought he played great. He made some great saves. He had 37 saves out of 39 shots. You know, he's the real deal. And we said it last year. And I said it. He's probably the most underrated goalie in the SJHL. But he proved it in the playoffs, and he proved it again tonight. And third star, Aiden Hutchison, who got that overtime winner. But he played a very good game.
Yeah, that line is dominant.
They are very, very good. So the Bombers are going to have to figure that out for when they meet the Mustangs again. And you mentioned they're not a sponsor for Warrior of the Game, so it's a Brent Krachowski Warrior of the Game. We're going to give that to rookie Luke Lepper. I thought he played a really good game, and I mentioned some of the other rookies who played great tonight. But Luke made just a fantastic defensive play,
which led to the first goal.
That's right, exactly right. But he played tough all game, and very impressed with the young man.
So that's a good pick there, Luke Lepper, the Warrior of the Game. Hopefully we can get that sponsored. I mean, we're still early in the year. We're still working on a few things. So get somebody to look after that. And again, the KFC 3-star selection, no doubt about it. Summers dominating, 2 assists tonight. Like you mentioned, Harmon Laser-Hume, great between the pipes, kept Flin Flon in it, made some good saves. And, of course, Hutchinson, the game winner. Duguay probably could have factored in the stars if he wouldn't have got taken that 10-minute misconduct. He was good tonight, too. But, again, that first line for them is fantastic. Looks like Mike Reagan is making his way up here. But quickly, Mike, before you leave, let's see what's happening around the SJHL. The Humboldt Broncos, not much of a surprise. A 3-0 lead on Notre Dame late in the third period. And, again, I don't want to beat anything to death. I know it's early, but a lot of people feel that Notre Dame might really have a tough year.
Yeah.
That seems to be the team that I've heard that could potentially struggle.
I'm interested. You're right, and I've heard that too. But I'm interested in seeing the Kindersley Clippers and the Melville Millionaires this year, especially with Doug Johnson.
Melville's up 2-0 on Estevan right now in the third period.
Estevan's going to have a good team.
I heard they spent a ton of money recruiting players, so he should be good. Weyburn Yorkton, still no goals in the third period. Kindersley leads Battleford 2-1 late in the second, and we got goals in Larange finally. Nipawin leading the Wolves 2-1 with about 10 seconds remaining in the second period. So some tight games around the league, and been a fun opening weekend for sure. Mike, I certainly, any closing comments before we pass things off to the coach here?
No, a great day here in Flin Flon, except the party was spoiled, but beautiful weather, great crowd, great fun outside. And just, again, I'm going to mention just a fantastic job by Austin on that video before. It was exciting, it was emotional, and great to see how the players, it's so exciting for them to get those ovations. So, great job by the Bombers today.
And a big thanks to Northland Fort for putting together the tailgate party and everything else here throughout tonight, throughout the season.
Yeah, well, we're glad to do it. We're huge Bomber fans there. Every morning we talk about the Bombers. So it's a big deal. I'll let you talk to Mike here.
All right, so Mike Reagan has joined us. We'll pass the headset off to him. Mike, slip color commentator. Again, a big thanks to him for his efforts here throughout today and tonight. And, of course, he'll be with us next Friday here on Flow TV in the first half at home and home against L'Orange. So, Mike Reagan enjoyed this, Mike, and I guess it's safe to say, obviously, not the end result you were looking for.
No, for sure. I didn't think we were good tonight. I thought that we looked tired. We looked like either it was emotional fatigue or physical fatigue from coming back and getting home at 4 a.m. I mean, that's not an excuse. We got to do that, and we got to be better. And I know that home openers are tough. Guys are excited about it, and obviously a great atmosphere here. And we just didn't rise to the occasion, and it's disappointing. But sometimes losing, you learn a lot more than when you're winning. And we got a point tonight. We didn't probably deserve a point. Thought Laser played great in the second period there for us and gave us a chance. And, I thought their goaltender played really good in the third. Our power play's got to get going, and obviously some of our big guns got to get going. And I know they're frustrated, and but that's sometimes you get off to a good start in the season, and sometimes you don't. From a personal standpoint, I know that Vox, Justin and Alexei, had a lot of chances over the two games and weren't able to capitalize. So they'll be fine. We'll be fine. Melfort's got a good team. They played hard, and they did what they had to do to win tonight.
Well, a couple of things that jump out at me. Let's talk about Melfort for a second. I know that maybe not your best effort, Mike, but Melfort came in and played that typical road game. They almost kind of lull you to sleep early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, they get pucks deep. I've been coaching against Levy a long time, and, he knows that you can't turn over pucks in this building, and if you do, you're going to, we're going to make you pay. And so they did a pretty good job at, like you said, putting us on our heels, and we just couldn't get into a rhythm tonight. It was frustrating too, like our power play. We get 3 power plays in the first period, and we don't capitalize on them, and then it's kind of like guys start getting frustrated and that. But yeah, you learn from it and you move on, and we'll be okay. We got 3 out of 4 points this weekend. I mean, it's not horrible.
And you won a big game on the road too to start the year.
Yeah. Would we have liked to win tonight? For sure. I mean, this was a great day, like you said, and it was great for our fans.
That's the thing about 3-on-3 overtime, though, Mike. And we were talking about this, and you've watched it, you've been through it. You get that one chance. If you get in too deep or doesn't go your way, it's an odd man rush coming right, and you could see it. He got in tight. He won the faceoff. Kind of lost his footing a little bit. That's all it took for 2 of their more dangerous players. And that I know it's not the result, but I love 3-on-3 overtime for that reason. How quickly things change.
Well, it's exciting, and yeah, it's tough. Bailey's such a good skater, and we wanted to get him out there. And obviously, Trevor scored 3 goals in 2 games, so give him that opportunity. And it didn't work out for us here tonight. But there's another day tomorrow, and we got 2 big games next week. And sometimes it just, maybe the ego gets a little bit too big, or the head gets swollen a little bit, and you think it's going to be easy. And I think this was our obviously stiffest competition that we've had so far through the exhibition and the 2 games that we've played in the regular season here.
Hey, getting back to the top gunners, Mike, I've heard it said before. I mean, I know it's frustrating when they don't score, but it could be a little bit more frustrating. It might be a little bit more concerning if they're not getting chances. Look at that great play by Silvestre. Stole it right off the defenseman's stick there late in the third period, and Ben made a good save on him.
Yeah, for sure. I think that, those guys compete so hard, and they want to win. And, I know that they're frustrated, and they're probably feeling like, this loss is on them a little bit and that sort of thing, but it's not. It's a team game, and we just weren't good enough as a whole here tonight. I thought that, defensively we made some mistakes that, just obviously show that we have some work to do, and we'll do that, and we'll be fine.
Getting a look at another Sherwood Division opponent, Mike, the home and home with the L'Orange Ice Wolves. They'll be here on Friday, then back there for National Indigenous Day on Saturday, so it's another big weekend coming up.
Yeah, we're going to do something on the Friday night, and then they'll be doing that on Saturday as well. And we got our orange jerseys. I think they're here. I hope they are anyways, you know, and yeah, it's going to be a big weekend for us. Definitely want to bounce back from this and be better.
Sounds good to me, Mike. Thanks for coming up here. Certainly wish you the best of luck for the upcoming weekend. Should be, well, we're into it now. The regular season's here, and let the fun begin. And we should mention quickly, nice response here. A lot of youngsters out here skating around. This is, maybe not the night that you wanted win-wise, but still a nice way to wind up with the kids here, and they're having a great time on the ice.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's part of, we want to be involved in the community, and we obviously love Flin Flon, and we're passionate about it, and we want to show the youngsters in this community that we care about them, and that the guys, it's a great opportunity for the young guys to meet some of the new guys, and also see some of the old faces that they've seen over the years. You know, I look down here and I see a lot of kids from the hockey school and stuff like that, and it's good to see.
Great to see the youngsters out there having a good time. Mike, thanks for this. Good luck for the upcoming weekend against Laurent.
Yeah, thanks, Artie.
Mike Reagan, the head coach GM of the Bombers, is once again, his team falls down in overtime by a score of 2-1. We're going to wrap up the broadcast. Mike Slip will jump back in momentarily, but great to see these kids out there having a great time. And this, to me, is what hockey's all about.
Yeah, and again, you know, these guys got to be excited that they have these great young fans out there, and they're signing autographs, they're signing shirts. These are heroes here in Flin Flon, and they represent our community very well, and I'm very proud of all of them.
All right, so that's a wrap here today. I want to thank, of course, Mike Slip for his color commentary, Mike Reagan and Trevor Blevins for their comments before and after the game here tonight. Brock Mueller, our Northland Ford player profile, joined us in the opening intermission, and of course Jeremy Corrigan from the league office as well. Fun to touch base and talk hockey with him, kind of some, just kind of a little bit of a preview for the season ahead. And of course Raphael Slayer, operator-in-chief, back at CFER control. So the Flin Flon Bombers drop a tough one in overtime, 2-1, but still get 3 out of 4 points, and now look ahead to Laurent Ice Wolves on a home on the weekend. Again, we'll be on Flow TV Friday, broadcast in Laurent on Saturday, which will be an 8:30 Manitoba start time. But looking forward to getting back on the air. We'll see what the Killer brings to town here on Friday night.
Joey Lees doesn't look injured. He's out there skating like a wild man with the kids, so that's good to see.
Anyway, thanks a lot, Mike.
You bet.
We'll see you on Friday night, and good night for the Whitney Forum, and thank you for everybody's support and coming out and making it a great day.